its internal turmoil. Really, snit in $5.45 million land swindle, 9 years of impunity as officials walk free, and as oral bites hard, crooked NPP officials sweat, willing to pay back $500 million looted funds as AG, Iyoko, NIB, OSP, and police tighten news. Hey.
Let me take you to the Hawk newspaper. There's a very interesting one here. Second coup brews in MPP. Kodia plot midnight oust of acting chair. There's an interesting letter circulating, purportedly signed by the family of Stephen Intim. I believe that's what the paper is using. Also, wrong question, wrong facts. Rev. Dr. Boama shuts Intim down. Schools MP on army recruitments. My man's no pushover. Samira fight back on page 10. Until jail do us part. They've analyzed two couples in cases. So one has to do with the NSB, former Signals boss CEO and his spouse, and then NSA. So that's the angle.
Jail do us part.
Yes, indeed.
Interesting. The business analyst, GJ elections, Ghana should be backs June 4th re-election. That's here as well. Fuel prices see further reductions. Petrol selling at 10.99 Ghana cedi per litre at some pumps. Ghana loses $11 billion to gold smuggling links to UAE, and Crosstag orders staff to strike over alleged misconduct by BEFs and DEFs registrar. Middle East tension. Ghana evacuates citizens from Iran.
That story is also in the Overseer. Government orders evacuation of Ghanaians from Iran. Then on the GJ election, championing integrity and welfare, Mausi gains ground in GJ race. So this is in support of Charles Yao Mausi. Year contract expired, not terminated. This was from yesterday. And government includes 25 private SHSs to 2025 free SHS placement.
Daily Guide, Ofriata surgery successful. Ex-minister endorses Kenya Japan's NPP flag bearer bid. Judiciary not financially independent. This is Supreme Court nominee Justice Senyo Jamapa. Ghana under U.S. scrutiny for proposed travel ban. Government adds 25 private schools to free SHS.
And the graphic business, BOG takes tough measures on loan defaulters, according to a story by Suleiman Mustafa. And then internet users split over data reduction plan. Now let me take you to the digital portal citinewsroom.com. This is only the beginning. Atuforsen declares as Ghana secures Fitch upgrade. So this Fitch thing is moved us from so it's called the long-term foreign currency issuer default rating. Has moved us from restricted default to a B minus. So it's looking rather good. A few other stories. Supreme Court judges should not be capped. This is Justice Subare. Also, mandatory death sentence is wrong. Justice Dennis Ejay. Indeed, he took us all to school yesterday.
My goodness.
He also says personal faith must not influence same-sex cases. So, Sir Dennis Dominic J was amazing yesterday. Other stories: boss turning into private BDC to consumers' expense, or at consumers' expense. This is COPEC yesterday speaking on the point of view. Also, Oponkroma says postponed energy levy must trigger comprehensive revenue review. This is in relation to what we discussed yesterday as well. And then sees the use of doctor title. GTEC cautions Ewutu Senya East MP. This GTEC matter. Now, the issue about exam of practice, I find very worrying. UG suspends 14 students over misconduct, 97 sanctioned over exam malpractice. Still on education, Kwabre East MP condemns alleged detention of BEC candidates. And we are also told that private education, not charity, NACOPS tells parents. This is in relation to free SHS. Now, I'll give you a few other stories you haven't heard so far. Passion Air cuts domestic airfares by 10%. RCD gain ground. Yes, they cut domestic airfares by 10%. Meanwhile, economists is warning that Middle East tensions could pose risks to Ghana's economic outlook. Now, I want you to go to the High Street Journal and check what they have for us, because they also were focused on that yesterday. Meanwhile, Channel 1 News headlines this morning is leading with one feared dead, others injured in gory STC van tricycle crash in Ho. In other stories, 1 cedi fuel levy will be implemented when oil prices drop. This is the Deputy Energy Minister. And then we are told that my faith won't affect my rulings, Justice J, on LGBTQ++. Meanwhile, Mrs. Ken Oforiatta, or Mrs. Angela Oforiatta, professor, says, I'm upset about OSP's presses This isn't how prosecutors work. This is in relation to her husband's health and the OSP's things. And she also says, God hasn't given us timid spirits. Oforiata ready to talk to OSP.
Solid.
Let's get some other headlines.
So High Street Journal, IES warns of imminent fuel price hike despite Ghana's current market stability. And then AFCFTA backs Afri-Exim Bank over Fitch downgrade, edges confidence in Africa's economic institutions. On the one Citi energy levy, an opportunity for Ghanaians to demand accountability on use of other fuel levies. This is Imani. And despite crucial economic impact, agriculture attracts less than 1% of Ghana's total FDI in 6 years.
Wow.
And Ghana is losing $11.4 billion to gold smuggling in 5 years. This is Swiss 8.
Okay.
Let
me give you what you know, when you go to channel 1 news.
Yeah.
.com, there are stories categorized under trending.
Yes.
That means these are stories that people like. Now, here's one. If you can't marry at 16, why have sex? Justice AJ questions legal contradiction. So that story is doing very well. Citi FM Channel 1 TV strengthens ties with Omni Basic Bank in Keti visit. That also is doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Then Nigeria's Dangote refinery to supply fuel directly, challenging local traders. Now, keep an eye on that story. And then there's another one that's doing well here. Stop farming and construction within 280-foot contour of the Volta Lake.
Very important.
So that's a warning from the VRA, warning people of getting too close to the reserved area. My journal line is leading with Justice Dennis AJ, who is advocating abolishment of the mandatory death penalty in Ghana. And then other stories. Foreign investigators on Wontumi's trial. Deputy AG reveals, or Deputy AG's, Wontumi's trail. Deputy AG reveals.
Right.
And then a few other stories. Ghana urges Israel and Iran to de-escalate. Right? Those are some stories there. So what I want to do today, I'll start from online because I feel it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
So this story is taken from a Facebook post of the Minister of Finance. He hasn't he's been speaking at events, but he hasn't really granted a full interview. But Citi Newsroom is leading with Ghana's economic reform efforts have received a major boost as global ratings agency Fitch upgraded the country's long-term foreign currency issuer debt rating from restricted default to what is now known as stable. That's the outlook. Now, the upgrade is a clear endorsement of the decisive fiscal and debt management measures led by the Finance Minister, Dr. Ato Forson. Fitch credited the upgrade to Ghana's successful restructuring of $13.1 billion in Eurobond debt, steady fiscal consolidation, and the country's improving macroeconomic outlook. The agency also highlighted falling inflation, a strengthening cedi, and a rebound in investor confidence as key indicators of Ghana's economic turnaround.
Right. There is an angle here the High Street Journal has. Beyond fiscal indicators, Fitch acknowledged improvements in the external factor. Ghana's current account has returned to surplus and reserves have increased to $6.8 billion, a far cry from the pre-default era. The cedi has appreciated since April 2025, helping ease imported inflation and stabilizing investor expectations. So inflation, which peaked in 2022 and remained elevated through 2024, is now projected to decline to 15% in 2025 and 10% in 2026, supported by tight monetary policy and falling global commodity
I will
prices.
be very cautious in rejoicing too much because, it's the same Fitch that downgraded, rather strangely, the Afri-Exim Bank over certain loans they gave to countries, including Ghana.
True.
You get me? So if you go, for example, to the Independent, the New Independent, page 3 says, downgrade dispute after accuses Fitch of misjudging Ghana's financial institutions. So we need to take these stories in context.
Right.
We also need, as a continent, to build our financial muscle to have our own rating agencies, right? Because I'm not saying Fitch is not good, but when it suits, when they praise you, you put it out. When they condemn you, you condemn. So, for example, thereafter, Secretariat has issued a strong statement reaffirming its confidence in the African Export-Import Bank following its recent downgrade by Fitch. The downgrade, which lowered the bank's long-term foreign currency rating, same thing, from BBB to BBB minus with a negative outlook, has drawn sharp criticism from after leadership. In a press release issued on Monday, the Secretariat expressed deep concern over what it described as a misrepresentation of the Afri-Exim Bank's role, governance, and legal foundation by the global rating agency. Now, I can give you some background to this later on, but let me come back to you.
So I'll take you to fuel prices. They are seeing further reductions. Petrol selling at 10.99 per liter at some pumps. This is the business analyst. Motorists in Ghana are experiencing further relief at the pumps as the second pricing window of June 2025 opens with reduced fuel price, driven by continued appreciation of the Ghanaian cedi against the US dollar. While the market's lender GOL has adjusted its prices, several other oil marketing companies are offering petrol as low as 10.99 per liter. As of Monday, June 16, checks indicate that GOL's new rates are Super XP at 12.38, Diesel XP at 12.88, and Super XP, that's RON 95, at 14.34. Total Energies also revised its prices, which with Super XP at 12.40, Diesel XP at 12.90, and RON 95 at 16. It continues on.
All right, so those are great. I wanted to also add something. Passion Air, we are told, is also cutting domestic airfares. There was a complaint about the high cost of domestic air travel.
Yeah.
Passion Air has announced a 10% reduction in airfares across its domestic routes effective June 17, which is today. This move comes as the city continues to post gains against international currencies. This decision appears to align with recent remarks by Transport Minister Joseph Buka Edingbe, who at a stakeholder breakfast organized by the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority on June 11 urged domestic airlines to adjust pricing in line with the local currency's appreciation. Now, I'm going to give you two related stories from the fuel sector.
Yes.
The COPEC says BOST is turning into private BDC at consumers' expense. Now, his point is that the bulk oil storage company should do what it's supposed to do, which is store oil for long-term use.
Right.
So, Dankanamo has taken a swipe at government for failing to prioritize the revival of state energy assets like the Tema Oil Refinery, while allowing the BOST to operate like a private profit-making entity. Appearing on the point of view yesterday, Mr. Amwa said recent developments in the energy sector, including the suspension of the energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy, expose a troubling lack of commitment to long-term sector reforms. He says, indeed, government wanted to retool TOR. The tax that you and I are discussing today should have seen a component of it going to revamp TOR. His remarks come amid public uproar over high fuel costs and questions over whether government is genuinely committed to building strategic assets like TOR, etc., etc., etc. Let me give you a final story related to this, and this is from Channel 1 News, where Nigeria's Dangote refinery is to supply fuel directly, challenging local traders. So the Dangote refinery will, in August, begin directly supplying fuel to retail stations, manufacturers, telecom firms, and other large users, a move that could enhance supply but put it in direct competition with local fuel traders. Now, Africa's biggest refinery, with 650,000 barrels per day capacity, began processing gasoline, or this is, of course, petrol, for the local market last year, and has allowed local fuel traders to lift product from its refinery. I think this is a great thing. Imagine you produce crude oil, you export it to all parts of the world,
and then buy it back.
So if Dangote is doing it in Nigeria, I think it's a great idea. It will break the power of some of the BDCs.
Very important.
And if they can refine effectively. So I think we need more refineries like Dangote. We need to get TOR working so we can have better fuel prices, hopefully.
Because still on this, COPEC is saying that on Israel-Iran tensions, Ghana can't remain global observer. Just some quick excerpts. There's a lot of geopolitical tension. We cannot continue to be price seekers or global observers. International oil companies extract our crude, refine it abroad, and we spend over $400 million every month to import it back. That strategy must change. So our buffers are down, BOST has no stock, and TOR is doing very little. The ministry must act now to secure Ghana's fuel future, and if anyone is supposed to do that, he says the energy minister has the responsibility and he should be fixing this.
Now, there's a lot of stories on education. I'll just give you a few. For example, there's a conversation about preventing students from writing BCE over some alleged malpractices or lack of payment. The Kwabre East MP is really unhappy with what happened in his constituency. MP for Kwabre East, Onyina Achiampong Akwesi Jamfi, has condemned the alleged detention of two BEC candidates by the headmaster of the school. The students from the Big Sister Educational Complex in Meduma Private School in Kwabre East were reportedly locked in a classroom on Monday and prevented from taking their first exam paper. Reports indicate that the headmaster confined the candidates due to unpaid school fees and their refusal to participate in school-organized pre-exam camp. Now, this is terrible. Now, still on exam malpractices, we're told the University of Ghana has suspended 14 students over exam misconduct and sanctioned 97 over exam malpractices. Then there's also a list of private senior high schools which have been earmarked for free SHS. There are 25 of them, and the NACOPS has been commenting on that. So I'm just highlighting those from the educational sector.
Yeah.
And finally, BC accident victims assured SHS placement despite missing papers. This is on Channel 1 News, and the story is from the Northern Region. I'll bring that to you quickly. And it says that Regional Director of Education in the Northern Region has assured candidates of the ongoing BC who missed the English and Creative Technology papers due to an accident that the incident will not affect their chances of placement. And this was during a visit of the Deputy Education Minister to the Northern Region.
On to some politics. Bernard Angela cries for Ken. Former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta has undergone successful surgery for prostate cancer at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. His family has confirmed in a statement issued by his wife, Professor Mrs. Angela Oforiatta, on Monday, June 16. She disclosed that the surgery, a robotic-assisted radical prostatectomy, took place on Friday, June 13, and lasted over 4 hours. Quote, the doctors are pleased with how the procedure went and will now place him on a post-operative regime. We're told the story is on page 3 of the...
Other angles to this, she expressed her disapproval of the OSP's approach to investigating her husband. And interview on Eyewitness News, she criticized the OSP's decision to hold press conferences regarding the investigation, stating he, the special prosecutor, has had 2 press conferences, and I've been amazed that he would push to do that. I'm the wife of a man of integrity, and we've dealt with the special prosecutor with integrity, and I've been completely surprised by his press conference. Now, let me stay with family issues, because family of MP chairman is demanding a break from party work over health concerns. This is Citi Newsroom. Letitia says reporting that the family of Stephen Intim, national chair of MPP, has requested the former's temporary withdrawal from all party duties due to health reasons and the urgent need for medical care and rest. In a letter dated yesterday, June 16, and addressed to chairman of the MPP Council of Elders, the family raised serious concerns about Mr. Intim's current condition, citing cognitive dissonance and mental incapacitation. Mercy. They stressed that his continued participation in party activities poses a risk to his well-being and infringing on his personal rights. Signed by family members including Kingsley Oting, family head Adelaide Intim, MP, and other close relatives. The letter highlighted Mr. Intim's decades of service to the party, from his tenure as first national deputy chairman to his current leadership role. This should be taken seriously.
Then shouldn't he resign then?
Well, I don't know if the family... I think the family believes he's not in a position to even take that decision. So maybe the party leadership should issue a statement or something.
Well, a former NPP chairman, Freddie Blay, he sparked blows over third term run. That is New Republic's angle. Blay rallies in support Professor Asari Paris. Former NPP chairman Freddie Blay has sparked a controversial debate on whether or not the presidential term limit provided in the 1992 constitution is absolute. The shocking comments from the veteran politician have ignited fears of a full-blown constitutional crisis. Blay brazenly claimed that the presidential term limits may not be absolute because, in his astonishing words, the law is in the bosom of the judge. So basically, disagreements over this particular comment.
Well, yes, yesterday we had a very, very interesting session. 3 justices nominated for the Supreme Court were vetted. Graphic leads with Senyo Jamefe, who is backing a Supreme Court in the North. Timothy Nyima reports that Supreme Court nominee Justice Senyo Jamefe has supported the establishment of a branch of the Supreme Court in the northern sector of the country to break barriers to justice at the apex court. He said although the country had a centralized Supreme Court, it was not out of order to establish a branch in the northern part of the country to bring justice at the highest level. Then they also give... There are other angles.
Yes.
If, for example, you come to citinewsroom.com, Supreme Court judges judicial decisions, particularly in cases involving same-sex rights and other sensitive matters. I think it was a great time listening to those 3 justices.
Wonderful.
And I think it was a great session that young people should learn from some of these sages. Let's go to other stories quickly before we wrap this up.
Okay.
Agric. I thought you said there was a story about 1% investment in... FDI in Agric, but I think
it's online.
You've thrown it away. Oh my God, my brother. All right, so we'll bring you that later on. That was the newspaper review with Caleb Kuda. Coming up next is the City Business News.
My buddy, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling. Oh, you go work. But you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if for hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know I did your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I did for you. Many want. If I believe I did your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I did your side, fidelity.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ah, Gugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind said be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside? I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
2 minutes to 7. This is the Citi Breakfast Show on Tuesday, the 17th of June. Segment is brought to you by MTN. We're talking City Business News now. You can go SIM-less with MTN's eSIM and enjoy the convenience of connecting multiple phones to one single phone or device. Now, to check if your device is compatible, simply dial *#06#. Once you receive an EID number, it means your phone or device is compatible. Simply download my MTN app today to request your MTN eSIM and enjoy the sweet SIM-less life everywhere you go. And every day people face different emergencies, police, fire, or medical, you name it. But many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. Well, here's one you want to remember. *770#. Yes, it's the new EcoBank Money emergency number. Gives you instant access to loans, funds transfers, utility payments, airtime, and data purchases, and so much more. EcoBank will always come to your rescue, so dial *770# now and get solutions to your money emergencies. Ilati is joining us with the City Business News. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello there. Welcome to the breakfast edition of City Business News on 97.3 City FM. It's brought to you by MTN, Goel, and EcoBank. In this edition, Fitch upgrades Ghana's credit rating to B- with a stable outlook. Also coming up, some domestic airlines begin reducing cost of flights by 10% as Citi strengthens against major trading currencies. Plus, suspend license extension of Tullow Oil and overhaul its petroleum contract. That's the call by IEA to government. We'll be telling you why. All that and more in the next 10 minutes. Please stay for details. I am Ni Latte. Many thanks indeed for your time. Now, Fitch Ratings has upgraded Ghana's credit rating from restricted default to B-, assigning a stable outlook. This upgrade is on the back of renewed investor confidence in the economic direction of the country. It also follows Ghana's progress in fiscal consolidation and external debt restructuring, including the successful reorganization of $13.1 billion in Eurobond liabilities and advanced negotiations with remaining external creditors. Fitch says Ghana is now on track to complete its debt restructuring by the end of 2025, pointing to the country's re-engagement with the majority of commercial lenders, as well as the city gains and lowering inflation rates. Away from that, and some leading exporters are raising red flags over the recent strengthening of the Ghana cedi, warning that while it signals macroeconomic stability, it is also putting pressure on their competitiveness in global markets. One of those sounding the alarm is Anthony Powell, founder of Blue Skies Company Limited, a major player in the fresh produce export sector. He says the appreciation of the cedi, though good for inflation control and import cost reduction, it also makes Ghanaian exports more expensive abroad, threatening demand and margins. Netele Neti Ajahu has the rest of the story.
The Ghana cedi's strength has eased import costs, but for exporters like Blue Skies, it's a double blow. That's lower forex returns and rising domestic costs.
So the cedi is nice and strong at the moment. Well done, the government, for doing it. You know, I mean, the importers are the winners at the moment, and I mean, fair enough. You know, we've had it our way for a while. The cedi's been very, very weak, and that exchange rate advantage does give you a boost. But, you know, it's a pretty awful company that relies entirely on the exchange rate.
With inflation at 18%, founder of Blue Skies, Anthony Powell, calls it high and damaging, questioning the logic when both inflation and currency depreciation move in tandem.
I think inflation's about 18%, I heard yesterday. 21, 22 a few days before. Excuse me. I think it's very difficult to pay 18% for things and then have less hard currency coming back than you would like in order to pay for it. Because when you translate it into cedis, you don't have enough.
Despite this, he remains cautiously hopeful, aligning with the president's view that a cedi's ideal value should range between 10 Ghana cedis and 12 Ghana cedis to $1.
The president recognizes this, and he reckons that somewhere between 10 and 12 it could balance out. But what he didn't add, and I'd like to add, is that I wouldn't mind having inflation down at 1 or 2. I mean, if you've really got the currency down there, there's three things you need. You need the currency down there, you need inflation down there, and you need the economy actually to be running along nicely, which it hasn't done always. Can I put it tactfully like that? It hasn't done. And actually, if the economy is going really well, and you've got a low inflation, and you've got an exchange rate that is sort of fairly balanced, okay, then everybody's going to be happy. Importers, exporters, etc.
Founder of Blue Skies Company Limited, Anthony Powell, ending that report by Netele Neti Ajahu. Still on business is because local airline Passion Air has announced a 10% reduction in airfares across all its routes, effective today, June 17, 2025. The fare cut follows the continued strengthening of the Ghanaian cedi against major international currencies, easing operational cost pressures for local airlines. The move also aligns with a recent call by the Transport Minister, who last week urged domestic carriers to adjust their pricing to reflect the cedi's performance. Passion Air becomes the first domestic carrier to respond. It says it will pass cost savings on to passengers while maintaining its service delivery standards. Meanwhile, on the currency board, the dollar is trading at 12 cedis 50 pesos, the euro at 13 cedis 50 pesos, that of the British pound selling at 15 cedis 50 pesos. Moving on, government has clarified that its decision to indefinitely suspend the proposed 1 Ghana cedi fuel levy is to address concerns raised by consumers and industry stakeholders. The levy, introduced through recent amendment to the Energy Sector Levies Act, was expected to generate about 5.7 billion Ghana cedis annually to help reduce Ghana's energy sector debt, which currently exceeds $3 billion, and to support fuel supply for power generation. Speaking on Channel 1 TV's Point of View program, Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition, Richard Janmans, explained that the decision was also influenced by broader market dynamics, including the potential economic implications of ongoing geopolitical tensions in the Middle East.
Whenever international prices is projected to go up, it doesn't necessarily mean that immediately it actually has immediate implication. It may take time for it to actually reflect in the markets. So we thought that we have to study the markets, because we have already communicated that we are going to bring this 1 cedi, and it shouldn't have any adverse impact on consumers or industry. So when we decided to study the market and make sure that, okay, at this point it would be very ideal for us to push it in, or at this point we have to hold it on. And that is exactly what government is trying, very responsive and sensitive to the market. And that is why we held it.
That was Richard Jan Mensah, Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition. Let's now bring you one of our headline stories now. And the Institute of Economic Affairs, IEA, is asking the government to suspend the ongoing process to extend petroleum licenses held by Tullow Oil and its partners beyond the current 2036 expiration date. A new memorandum of understanding proposes a 4-year extension to 2040, but the IEA argues that this move lacks transparency, weakens the extractive sector reform agenda by the government, and fails to serve the national interest. It also cites unresolved tax disputes between Tullow and the Ghana Revenue Authority, in which Ghana lost a $320 million tax assessment to Tullow at the International Chamber of Commerce, with another ongoing arbitration involving a $387 million tax claim. The IEA says these disputes underscore the need for a full contract reset. It is urging the government to replace the current concession model with a service contract arrangement where the state maintains full ownership of oil resources while contracting private firms to provide service. Moving on, management of Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, led by Managing Director Samuel Atta Mensah, has paid a courtesy call on the Executive Committee of Omni Basic Bank. The visit, which took place on Monday, forms part of effort to deepen strategic collaboration between the two institutions. Citi Business News' Daniel Sakite has more in the following report.
The delegation included General Manager Bernard Avle, Head of News Vivian Kailoko, Business Development Manager Omane Mensah Bonsu, Head of Events and Partnerships Frema Edunyame, and Citi FM Sales Manager Miriam Ivy Odro. In his remarks, Managing Director of Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, Samuel Atta Mensah, commended the bank for its growth trajectory and thanked Omni Basic Bank for its consistent support, particularly its partnership with the media house on initiatives like the Heritage Caravan.
We hope that we're able to tag along with the pace that you are running. Well, at times, Omni Basic, they are here, the next they are there, they are moving fast. And we want to come and align ourselves and make sure that we are able to create more partnerships. And also to thank you for patronizing our offerings and our services over the years, particularly our partnership with the Heritage Caravan, which I believe has been of immense benefit to ourselves and your outfits.
The Citi FM Channel 1 TV delegation was received by Managing Director of Omni Basic Bank Daniel Esiedu, Group Head of General Operations Dominic Donko, Group Head of Corporate Banking Anne-Marie Apia, alongside Executive Committee members of the bank, including George Tete Okanse, Divisional Head 1 Marketing, Eric Evans Aban, Divisional Head 2 Marketing, Benis Asamoah, Divisional Head 3 Marketing, Echan Afre Ahin Adokufo, Group Head Legal and Recoveries and Company Secretary, Sylvester Yauvi Apedo Jr., Group Head Information Technology, Patrick Doche, Zonal Head Accra Central, Kwabena Pepra Opon, Zonal Head, and Prince Jacob Nitan, Head Compliance and Anti-Money Laundering Reporting Officer, as well as non-executive committee members of the bank. Managing Director of Omni Basic Bank, Daniel Esiedu, in his remarks, thanked the management of Citi FM and Channel 1 TV for the courtesy visit and acknowledged the valuable relationship between the two institutions.
On our side, we are here with our ESCO team, and that's because a visit like this has to have the presence of the highest body of the bank, which is ESCO. And so we are glad and thankful that at least today you will stop all that you're doing. You guys are very busy, and then pay us a courtesy call. So thank you.
You heard Managing Director of Omni Basic Bank, Daniel Esiedu, ending that report by my colleague Daniel Sakiti. Now, Senior Manager at MTN Business, Benedict Bentel, is advising businesses, particularly SMEs, to adopt deliberate, well-structured marketing strategies focused on their target audience to drive long-term growth and profitability. According to him, businesses that invest in strategic planning and targeted outreach are better positioned to scale sustainably and achieve measurable success. Speaking on week 3 of the Citi Business Festival 2025 honor series on the topic Marketing for SMEs, Benedict Bent warned that without a clear and focused strategy, companies risk misallocating resources and missing critical growth opportunities.
Typically, people would want to find customers for their product, but the right way to do it is to find a product for your customers. And that means that you find out pain points of maybe a particular group of people and try to solve that problem. What you typically realize is that someone finds what they are good at or a product that they have, and then they start hunting for the customers for that product. But an easier way would have been if you found a particular problem to solve, what we call a pain point, and then you develop a solution or a product for that. And that means there's a ready market for it. Now, when it comes to the segmentation, like you said, it's not a one-size-fits-all. You don't just spray and pray. What you have.
That was Senior Manager at MTN Business, Benedict Bento. The full interview airs later this morning at 9 a.m. on the Citi Breakfast Show and 10 a.m. on Channel 1 Television. The 2025 Citi Business Festival is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV with sponsorship from Absa Bank Ghana, MTN Ghana and Zonatech Ghana Limited. That's our package for this morning. There is more news on citynewsroom.com/business. I'm Neil Atilati. Do you have a good business day?
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
It's your day off and you end up looking after the baby while your wife goes off to work. You realize you have no idea how to change a diaper. So you video call your wife.
Hello, darling.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Kojo, is everything all right?
Everything is not all right. I'm not seeing Topo. How do I change a baby's diaper, please?
Kojo. Okay, first, put the diaper.
The video call freezes. While you wait for the internet to catch up, the baby sprouts a fountain and wets the diaper. As you are getting a new one, your wife comes back online.
Kojo, no.
But I have to go and get a new diaper. What must I do next? I beg, quick.
Open the front of the diaper. It's the side that has...
Wow, look. The video freezes again. Abba.
By now, you know where the conversation is going. There's no buffering in real life, so why accept it from your internet connection? Get connected and experience ultra-fast internet to your home, powered by MTN Fiber Broadband. From the Internet Masters.
MTN, everywhere you go. This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's 14:57. We're bringing you a kick-off our sports news segment on the Citi Breakfast Show, proudly sponsored by Lesheho Polytank and Shell. Lesheho Don't Commit campaigners come to you because you deserve financial peace. From now to the end of the month, we've reduced our interest rates for you, so whatever your expense is, we have the right loan that you need. Call or WhatsApp now on 02700 4799, 02700 4733. The shareholders improve life. Let's talk about water storage tanks. And the only name you need to know is Polytank. It's been around for 3 decades, trusted by all generations. Make no mistakes, always choose Polytank for guaranteed quality. No matter the size you want, durability is always assured. And there's the same price across the country at Polytank partner shops. Polytank does not request for Momo payments online. Powerful engines are the backbone of businesses, from construction to mining, delivery, and they can't just afford to break down. That's why big engine operators trust Shell Remula R4X with active cleansing technology specially formulated for both 4x4 and heavy-duty diesel engines. Reduces engine noise, protects against wear and tear, keeps your vehicle running smoothly even on Ghana's toughest roads. With Shell Remula R4X, you can count on long-lasting protection and peak performance no matter what the workload is. Shell Remula, the engine oil that works as hard as you. And Edwin Kwakofi is here with kickoff. Good morning to Edwin.
stars. Delap making a run as well, goes untracked. Delap sends in an early cross, they're not ready at the back for LA, and ghosting in is Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo Fernandez wrapped up an efficient opening day win for Chelsea at the Club World Cup. Plus,
I told him he'll be our ambassador. It needs people like him, to help to change the lives of young people. And so we wish him to be an ambassador for boxing in Africa and take that as one of the causes that he champions.
We'll hear from President John Dramani Mahama after yesterday's visit to the Jubilee House by Anthony Joshua and in the NBA playoffs.
Tyrese Halliburton, the Pacers, a strong comeback, but the Thunder had the answer. It's 3-2. OKC in front here in the NBA Finals.
The Oklahoma City Thunder, one win away from being crowned NBA champions after taking Game 5 at home against the Indiana Pacers. More on kickoff, which is powered by Shell. Shell go well. Politangana, Zonda GH, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. Let's start from the Jubilee House, where President John Mahama says the Bukom Boxing Arena was originally established to identify and nurture young boxing talent across the country, offering them a place to live, train and study concurrently. Speaking during a courtesy visit to the Jubilee House by two-time former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua and members of sports development organization Legacy Rise Sports, President Mahama also expressed regrets that his government did not construct the Bukom Boxing Arena as a larger, more accommodating auditorium.
Unfortunately, over the years, things have gone down, and that's what we try to revive by setting up the Bukom Boxing Arena. It's actually an academy because it's got hostels, it's got classrooms and all that. And the intention was that we'll scout and look for young talents all across the country and bring them to live and train there and go to school at the same time. And so we're going to have teachers teach them so that they don't miss on their lessons and all that. Unfortunately, after I left office, that dream, was put on hold. But we have the opportunity to take it up again. My one regret is I didn't build it bigger than it is now. I realized that. I thought that 4,000 was enough to come and see a boxing match, but it looks like we need a much bigger arena to contain the new interest that is coming up. Sharaf has been interested in sports since he was a kid.
That was President John Dramani Mahama, and he also stated that it is his wish for Anthony Joshua to become an ambassador for boxing in Africa.
I told Anthony yesterday, he came to join us in church yesterday. Of his own, he called Sharaf and said, "Where can I go to church this morning?" And Sharaf said, "Oh, my father is the MC in his church." And he came and joined us and sat through the whole service. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so it needs, I told him he'll be our ambassador. It needs people like him, to help to change the lives of young people. And so we wish him to be an ambassador for boxing in Africa and take that as one of the causes that he champions, that after him there will be a wave of young boxers at different levels who would also make Africa proud and change the societies from which they come from. And so we're happy to have you. You're an icon, very much loved in Ghana. And so people were very excited, that you accepted to come. But Ghana is your second home.
The voice of President John Dramani Mahama. For AJ, he raved about how amazing Ghana is.
Amazing culture, hospitality, the airport, the organization, and I can't wait to go back and tell everyone across the world how beautiful this place is. Sports is obviously a way that it got me in a room like this, so I understand the importance of, talking with my fist, but also how influential sports can be and the type of rooms you can get in. So I've been calling friends, speaking about ways that we can bring investment into Ghana, we can bring investment into Africa, because I understand some of your policies and what you're trying to do. And from a sportsman, I understand sports is short-lived, and then we cross over into business. So I'm also branching out into that sector, and I understand that there's certain things that we can bring from sports and our connections across the world, and how we can connect Africa to the rest of the world through sports. So Sharaf, amazing man, thank you for bringing me here. It's much appreciated, and long may legacy rise.
That was former world champion Anthony Joshua. Away from boxing to some football-related news, a Supreme Court judge nominee, Justice Senyo Jamepe, has defended the Commission of Inquiry into the 2014 World Cup scandals recommendation to include at least 3 Ghanaian-based players in the Black Stars by citing the performance of Hartlepool goalkeeper Benjamin Asare as a justification for such a move. Justice Jamepe chaired the aforementioned Commission of Inquiry after Ghana crashed out of the 2014 Mundial in Brazil in humiliating fashion. Appearing before Parliament's Appointments Committee, Justice Jamefe said this.
1. Players should not be paid cash. We all saw what happened in Brazil when we had to fly money to Brazil for players, and we saw some people holding theirs. It was one bad thing for Ghana. Then number 2, we also recommended that the state should not sponsor supporters to go to countries, to fly them to countries where we are playing. Instead,
that one is still happening.
Well, I have done my job because we were thinking that instead of flying people from Ghana and booking hotels and feeding them, why don't we buy tickets for Ghanaians who are in that country? Then again, we also recommended that every time the Black Star plays, at least 3 local players should be in the team. For continuity, 3 local players. And you all saw the Hartlepool goalkeeper, the local player who did very well in the post, conceding no goals. These are some of the recommendations we made. And then that we also recommended that the state, the parliament should know all matches to be played in the year ahead of time. I think sometimes the organizers wait when it's a week or 2 days to the match, then they bring their budget and you are forced. The only event in the world you cannot change is FIFA events.
That was Supreme Court Judge nominees Justice Senyo Jamepe. Staying with football, this time to the Black Queens, where head coach Kim Lars Biokegren has named his squad for camping ahead of the upcoming WAFCON tournaments. The list features just 4 home-based players, including Kerry McCarthy, Afi Amenyaku, Comfort Yeboah, and Nancy Amo. Also included are Josephine Bonsu, Louisa Eniwa, Chantel Hloka, and Abigail Kofi Kim, all of whom earned their international debuts under Biokegren and have retained their spots. To some athletics, and Ghana's Rose Yeboah finished second in the 2025 NCAA Outdoor Championships in Oregon over the weekend. The 23-year-old set an impressive season's best of 1.93 meters and was only outdone by 2024 runner-up Elena Kuchilenko, who jumped 1.96 meters to claim the ultimate prize. Yeboah has been in fine form this season, setting a new national indoor record of 1.92 meters back in February. To Europe now, and Liam Delap made his debut as Chelsea won their Club World Cup opener against Los Angeles FC in front of thousands of empty seats at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Pedro Neto's near post shot after being sent clear in the first half by Nicholas Jackson was followed up by a close-range tap-in from Enzo Fernandez and assisted by Delap's fine cross from the right. Here's Chelsea's Levi Colwell speaking after the game.
You know, the most important thing for us was to get the win, and that's what we done. You know, we picked and choose our moments where we could attack and where we could keep the ball. It wasn't the perfect performance, but in tournament football you just need to win.
They had a few chances in the second half, so you must be pleased to come away with a clean sheet.
Yeah, definitely. To take the clean sheet, you know, that's the most important thing for us defenders. You know, we've got amazing attackers and they're always going to score goals. So for us defenders and the team, we need to keep clean sheets to win games. And of course, there are chances, and hopefully, you know, next game we can minimise them.
That was Chelsea defender Levi Colwell. Elsewhere, Boca Juniors and Benfica played out a 2-2 draw at the Hard Rock Stadium, and Flamengo beat Esperance de Tunis by 2-0 in the early hours of Tuesday. Later today, Fluminense will take on Borussia Dortmund at 4 p.m. River Plate face Urawa Reds at 7 p.m. on Ulsan HD up against Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa at 10 p.m. Away from the Club World Cup, an American-backed consortium fronted by former Real Madrid forward
Gareth Bale have held talks with English side Plymouth Argyle over a possible takeover. The consortium consists of a US private equity group, including members of the Storch family, with Bale being used as a face. To some transfer news, and Bournemouth have completed a deal to sign left-back Adrian Taffet from Rennes, which is guaranteed to grant Milos Kerkez his move to Liverpool. When Bayern Leverkusen's Florian Wirtz is expected to have a medical with Liverpool on Friday to complete his British record move to Anfield. Here's more on the Germans' move to the Reds from Sky Sports' Michael Bridge.
Absolutely, yes, it is moving closer, and he's expected to have his medical on Friday, and he's going to fly into the UK later this week, and those tests will be done around Friday, and he's coming back from his well-earned pre-season, post-season holiday. Remember, they've agreed $116.5 million.
So Wirtz is on the verge of a move to Liverpool. Napoli are exploring a move for Man United winger Jadon Sancho. Let's finish off with the NBA, and Jalen Williams scored 40 points for Oklahoma City Thunder as they held off an Indiana Pacers comeback to win 120-109 and take a 3-2 lead in the NBA Finals. The Thunder are now one win away from being crowned NBA champions. Game 6, it's at 12:30 on Friday in Indiana, and that's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff is powered by Shell. Shell go well. Politangana, Zona GH, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I am Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Bernard Avle continues.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life. Papa Lolo Ankasa, Polita is everywhere, durable and authentic, stronger brand you can trust. Polita, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polita, we did Papa Lolo, Papa Lolo, Papa Lolo, Papa Lolo, Papa Lolo Ankasa. Polita, the original, always the best.
Where are you headed today? Techiman, Salaga, Aflao, or beyond? At Shell, we believe your true destination isn't just today's journey. It's about where you want your business, your family, and your dreams to be tomorrow. So Shell Rimula is formulated to help you journey better. With anti-wear additives for ultimate protection, Shell Rimula with advanced Protection Plus technology prevents oil thickening and guards against harmful deposits. Shell Rimula oils help your engine start effortlessly in any weather, because when your truck starts, your journey starts. Shell Rimula, the engine oil that works as hard as you. Drive forward. Reach your real destination with Shell Rimula.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. Mutual funds are a smart investment because they spread your money across many different assets. It's called diversification. So if one company or sector doesn't do well, others can help balance it out. It's like a buffet. You don't just eat one thing, you enjoy a variety. That balance helps reduce risk and protect your money. Petra makes sure your mutual fund portfolio is well diversified and strong. You're better off with us. Dial *447*70# to get started. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Are you ready to lead like never before?
Ready to master the art of strategy and inspire teams that thrive?
It's the Management Bootcamp 2025.
An exclusive high-impact training for mid to senior pros.
Learn from Ghana's finest industry minds, brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM.
From the trusted voices of excellence, City FM and Channel 1 TV comes an elite training experience designed to sharpen your strategy, leadership, and communication.
Make a date for the Management Bootcamp 2025 from Sunday the 22nd of June to Saturday the 28th of June 2025. The venue is the Platinum Bay and Passion Base Hotels.
Call 0242-011-424 to register now.
The Management Bootcamp 2025. Lead forward. The Management Bootcamp 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 City FM.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Wow. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Still unbeatable. Republic Bank has slashed the city mortgage interest rate to a new low. That means it's more affordable to own your dream home. You enjoy lower monthly installments, save on interest payments, flexible loan arrangements, and more. Make the move. Own your home at a lower teen interest rate. But hurry, this offer lasts for a limited time. Visit any Republic Bank branch or send email to myhome@republicghana.com or call Accra 054-0109-649. Kumasi 054-0109-901 to apply today and enjoy a teen interest rate. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Looking for the latest buzz in Ghana's entertainment world? Welcome to Ghana Weekend, your ultimate destination for all things creativity and entertainment.
Stay in the loop with breaking news, exclusive interviews, and then insider stories from your favorite creatives and stars. From music, movies, fashion and art, lifestyle and culture, Ghana Weekend brings it all together. Get a daily dose of entertainment, discover new talent, and never miss out on the creativity that defines our vibrant culture.
Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle Ghana Weekend, on X Ghana Weekend, on TikTok Ghana Weekend, at Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube for the latest in entertainment, travel, and everything Ghana. Don't miss out. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, where entertainment meets creativity. Visit GhanaWeekend.com now.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
.737 City Breakfast Show, A.B. Krenzel, and a number of birthday requests coming through. Happy birthday to Evelyn Atakra, aka Pumpkin Babe in Arkansas State, USA. Wishing you many more loves and God's blessings from all your loved ones. Happy 81st birthday to Madam Sylvia Naja Kwakupom. Today we celebrate your wisdom, kindness, and love you shared with all of us. May this new year bring you good health, endless joy, and many more beautiful moments. You are a true blessing, and we are forever grateful for your love, support, and care over the years. Wishing you a long, happy, and fulfilling life. Much love from your grown babies, Wilfred Nene Adiko, James Tete Adiko, and Leslie Nitei Adiko.
I think yesterday we forgot some dedications. There's a guy at Greener FM. He's the host of their morning show. His name is Ben Asari.
Okay.
He's also the head of programs at Greener FM.
Wonderful.
They are partner station. So happy belated birthday to Ben Asari.
And to Mami Tutua Pay 2. May God brighten your days as you do for everyone around you. With lots of love from the kids, Nana Kweku Seto Sesi, and myself. I suppose that myself is known. Yeah, somebody called myself. Yeah. And generally, your morning drive to work should be fun. It should be informative. It should be engaging. It should be lovely, particularly if you're tuning into this radio station. But there are people who struggle every morning to get to work. And you know, I know somebody's in trouble when they send me messages. Last night, before I went to bed around 10:30, I got a message from a gentleman who says they'd been in traffic at the China Mall on the Insawam Road for close to 2 hours. And he was sending a desperate message with photos and videos of the way the road had just made life so difficult for them. And then, as if by design, this morning before we came on, another person just sent me a message corroborating the complaint from yesterday's texter. I just want to air it for you this morning, but not everything is doom and gloom. So yesterday we raised an issue about people who live in Ewutu Breku and the fact that the road construction had led to flooding. So I'm told that something has been done, or at least that they have started to do something. So the text says, Bernard, thanks for your quick response yesterday. I understand your reporters were there. We have started seeing some action from NADMO and the contractor. This is in relation to the Ewutu Breku area where flooding had led to, or the road construction presumably had led to flooding. But then some road users are not happy.
You devil, go away from me. You devil, go away from me. You devil, go away from me. You devil.
I took 5 hours to get to work yesterday. In the evening, I took 4 hours. with the small rain that's happened on the weekend, it's rendered the whole road almost trouble. Now, both lanes, the ones going from Accra to Nsawam and those of us from Nsawam coming to Accra, both lanes are unmotorable. The potholes have deepened. Cars have broken down. Everything is just in a complete mess. Can you please alert the highway authorities to do something about it? At least fill the road for us, at least so that we can have the easiness to drive to go to work. We can't spend 5 hours or 8 hours just getting to work. Thank you.
Hello, Bernard. Good evening. Please, I'd like to use your platform to help those of us who are driving all the way from Pokwase to Nsawam. From China Mall to Nsawam. I don't know what the guys are doing. Please, the road is terrible. Even if you get to China Mall at 7 o'clock, it will take you another 2 hours or 2.5 hours to cross from China Mall to just in Nsawam. And this is terrible. We don't know what the people are doing. They said they have given the go ahead for them to come and continue with the construction of, but each and every day we are not seeing anything. And believe you me, when it rains there, when it rains there, everything is in a mess. And you know, the long trucks commute on this path. The long trucks. And so in the evening from around 7, 8 going there, you can see the long trucks trying to I mean, it's more like they are not giving the chances to those of us who are using the small cars, because they are trailers and they get stuck on the road, and you can see them overload. The load is even over the vehicle, but because they are stronger and they have a big size, as in trailer, they take all the road, and we can't do anything. You can't even bypass or go anywhere, and they are stuck. You can see more like 20 or 50 of them on the road, and nobody can do anything about it. Please use your platform to help us, because we need it. Thank you.
We will use our platform to do a number of things. We will come back to this road issue. One of the things we are using our platform to do is to create markets for made in Ghana produce and to rally support for Ghanaian farmers. We tried it in 2019 with the Eat Local Rice campaign. We've taken it a notch higher with the AgriFair 2025. It's happening on Friday.
Yep.
Now, if you support what we do as a station and you buy into our idea of using media to stimulate demand, then you need to be at the AgriFair. It's 3 days. Make a day to pass through. Come and buy fruits. Come and buy vegetables. Come and buy rice. Made in Ghana rice. Come and buy yam. Come and buy plantain.
Sharp.
Come and buy cocoyam.
Siam, mankeni.
Come and buy different types of fish.
Yes. Usumunam.
There are many types of fish in Sumunam.
Framunam.
So you can buy fish from sea, fish also from the lake, fish from the river, all kinds of fresh fish, catfish, mudfish.
Yes.
herrings, tilapia.
Yes.
Come and buy poultry. So chicken,
yes,
turkey, guinea fowl,
yes,
duck, quail eggs. Come and buy. I don't know if somebody's bringing ostrich eggs. Some people take it.
It's nice.
Come and buy beef, mutton,
yes,
chevron,
yes,
and Pluto.
Yeah, man.
Come and buy honey, snails, mushrooms.
Yes, sir.
Come and buy cassava, sweet potatoes, gari, maize, millet,
yes,
sorghum,
everything.
Different types of spinach.
Yes.
All fresh from farm. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's called the Agri Fair 2025. We have up to 100 and something exhibitors. And on the sidelines, we'll be doing the Agri Fair clinics. If you want to start a farm, you want to expand your agri business, you want to understand a few things about various value chains, we're putting that together as a side event on the same day, same venue. Now, we're making it big. This is powered by Channel 1 TV. Media is a platform. We cannot decide everything that happens in the country, but we can use our decisions to buy to make a difference. So we have decided that we will buy made in Ghana. It's not a sin. I was told by Bill Gabra, he said there was a time the US said to the Japanese that you guys keep bringing your cars into Japan, into the US. You've brought Honda motorbikes, you've brought Toyota and Nissan. You all got to open your market for American rice. Japanese said, why not? Bring your rice, man. Apparently, they said the Japanese, they like sticky rice.
So they didn't eat
They don't like long grain perfume thing that we eat here. So the Americans put plenty rice on ships and send it to Japan. Japan said, yeah, you can bring your rice, but our people, they don't like that rice.
That'll be the whole story.
So if we want to develop, we have to develop market for agri sector. I was talking to somebody who said there are 3 aspects of agri that are very critical: the information, the financing. In fact, there are 4: the information, financing, transport and logistics, and then markets. That we need to create markets for our farm produce. One of the reasons our farmers are poor is that they don't have access to markets, so they produce a lot: watermelons, tomatoes. They can't store it, they can't process it, they can't sell it. So somebody gives them pittance and they lose all their money. So we are trying to stimulate. We want you to get used to buying things fresh. And we want to do it to show that many assemblies can also do it. So one of the things we want assemblies to do after the agri fair is that once a month, create a farm for your, create a market for your farmers so that people can come and buy things at a cheap price. So that the farmers can make money, sweet pepper, onions. You know what I'm saying? It's something I really believe in. It's one of the things I really am pushing. If you want to be there, just come. There will be kebabs of all kinds available for you to eat. We'll create a space for your kids to jump around and be happy. And you can come and meet friends. Wear nice shoes. Wear a t-shirt. Wear a polo shirt. And then wear tight jeans. No tight jeans and come. And then come and walk around.
Wear comfortable shoes.
Comfortable shoes. You can wear combat. Do you know combat? When I was in Presec, if you wear combat, you're a big man. We used to challenge. We used to be very foolish. We used to look for. There's a shoe called filler. And if you wear combat, you are strong. Do you know combat? Timberland. You know Timberland? Yeah. But those things are all vanity. Vanity says the preacher. Sky, the things I used to want when I was in secondary school, you won't believe it.
Yeah, it's every young man growing up.
That if they can only buy me one filler, that I will wear, so that I'll also be respected, so I'll also be great.
The white one.
Why can't they buy me filler, white and blue, neat?
They will write a filler for them.
Oh God, but I digress. So we want to see you on Friday, we want to see you on Saturday, we want to see you on Sunday to be at the Agri Fair. When was the last time you went to a market, Caleb?
Oh,
it's a long time. That's a long
market.
No.
No, it's
A tremor.
No, I'll change the subject.
I walked through the market, but not to buy. It's been a while. I went to the list to go buy tomatoes.
Come to the market. The agri fair is a market.
How will you survive it?
Ask her. How do I survive?
Oh, this guy, he sponges on his sister.
No.
You don't go and read it. How do you survive?
I'm an independent young
man. Are you sure?
And you don't go to the market.
Oh, brother, but you don't have to go to the market to eat.
So how do you organize?
He's fine. Or maybe there are some prospective ladies who are some lady be shopping. Charlie, don't let a woman be shopping for you. Be careful.
Relax for me this morning.
Let me move. Let me change the subject. Change the subject.
Because I'm looking at the Sawam Pokwasi road thing, but let's focus on the.
No. Yeah, give me an update on that. What's happening there?
You know, my concern.
I'll come back to this.
My concern is with the railway line. You see, I'm learning from the contractors that not a dime has been released for the Pokwase Ofankor road. So it means that work has actually grounded to a halt. Nothing is happening. And with the rains, our listeners will continue to complain. Their cars will continue to break down. They'll continue to go to Abosokai and they'll be paying more to repair their vehicles. It will cost them so much pain to move from home to work, and it will cost them a lot in fuel too. Because it's raining, the potholes are widening, the situation is getting bad. Now guess what? For the Nsawam Accra railway line, we've spent some good money to have it rehabilitated. There's a publication here on Graphic Online. There was an initial sum budgeted, 15 million Ghana cedis budgeted for the project, and these are records from the Ministry of Finance.
When was this?
This is 2021. Yo, where did you just go? 2021.
2021.
Yes, and we've not finished that. We spent that amount of money on that. PIAC was there. Members of the Public Interest and Accountability Committee were there to inspect the project. And this story,
you know, it would be nice for you to do for me one day. Look at all the amounts of money we spent on the Achimota, Pokwase or Fankor road, and compare it to how much we spent on the rail, and then do an analysis of which would have been more effective.
Sure.
And then also ask the people there that would they have taken a train, because a lot of them still want to drive cars. If they had a train from Achimota that takes you to Nsawam, would they jump on it, get down at Sapem and cross the road and go home?
So the middle class who are driving to Accra, they will have to come with their cars, yes. But the market
they are not used to the train.
Yes, but the market people who come to Accra with their farm produce,
you think they'll prefer the train?
A lot more people will prefer the train. Remember, we did about town in Sawam some time back.
Okay.
And I saw the wooden slabs that they had heaped on the railway side.
Oh, they have.
Yeah. And this.
I mean, the railway is not even clear.
No. No, these wooden slabs were meant to fix the track.
Okay.
You get me? And then some part of it was being done.
Okay.
And for a lot of the women within that area and the men, they told us that, look, many years ago when the railway line was very effective, the economy of Nsawam was very vibrant, because now a lot of the young men are sitting home doing nothing. You remember the episode I did where a woman says the husband now goes out, stays late, and only comes home when they are asleep, and open the door and slide in.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
Yes, because they don't have money. And a lot of them are broke.
So the economy, so you're saying that the lack of the railway system has affected Nsawam's economy?
Really slowed down a lot of things.
So like transporting goods between Nsawam and Accra was much easier because of the rail.
A whole lot more.
So are you saying that whilst we have this inconvenience with the road, the government should do some emergency rail rehabilitation?
It will help. But
are the tracks there? Are the tracks there?
I've not been there in a while.
Maybe you should do another about town to check if the track is there. Because if it were, then I agree with you that because those areas are actually very amenable to rail transport. Because the way where the rail goes through, even if you lived on the other side of the road, once the rail gets you there, then a taxi can take you home.
Yeah.
And it would be quite, it would decongest the traffic situation.
It will.
There.
It really will.
And imagine if they then connected one through the Nsawam to the central region as well, because in Nsawam there's a road that takes you to Asamankese. So you don't want to talk about market, you want to talk about rails. No problem.
No, it's because of where Sky was.
No. I was just inviting people to come and buy food at the farm, and then you said you want to talk about. But it's fine. So a couple of things. Those of you who use the road can send me a WhatsApp message. Sky is very used to market because he was his mom used to sell fish, And me, my market credentials. I've told you before. Me, I was kept in the market for many years. My mother had to keep me in the market whilst she was working because her office was close to the market.
That's right.
So at least I think before I got to year 2, I was always in the market. And it's funny. My first school I attended was in the market. It's called Pukua Nursery.
Oh, beautiful.
So that tells you that the whole. And by the way, there's a whole economy around care in markets, because I know somebody who does this thing where market women can send their kids to go for, because sometimes having a child and then selling is a bit difficult. So you create a creche in the market. So the first school I went, and my sister as well, was a nursery in Medina Market. Yeah. And so market women were sending their kids there, and my mother, who was working at the post office, also sent us there. So it's just that I wasn't very good at buying things in the market because I had many sisters. So they were more. Yeah.
The way the women bargain with each other is serious.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting, the whole market. But the market we are creating is not like the typical Medina market.
Yeah, there's a typical.
This is this is the kind of market I saw when I go to the UK, where on a Saturday you will see people come and set up and they sell.
Yep.
And then by 4 p.m. they clean the market and go. So you would notice that in this was in most of the towns. They will come, set up, and you could buy things, onions, but they had scales.
Yeah.
So I wanted to buy cabbage, onions, fish, beef. They had all.
Yeah.
In the UK. I didn't enter a shop. They were outside. Pakistanis, British, whatever. And some of them were even farmers sitting behind their farm produce. I don't know if you went to those markets.
Oh yeah, I mean, so Buckingham Township.
Yeah.
Normally on Saturdays, and in some cases, rare cases on Sundays. By 8, 9, you find that the farmers from the various communities have brought in their food.
Some are sitting on the floor and things. Normal.
Right. That's right. And
some fat man, Charlie, looking at your face. That's speaking.
And they are truly fresh.
Some haven't seen a black man before. Charlie, they look at my face on here. Yeah.
And then you go there and you buy, and normally they are cheaper.
Oh my God, and fresher.
In Tesco and related.
That's what we are trying to do. That's what we are trying to create. So we've set up canopies, and we are basically saying, come early and come and spend some time in the market, and then we'll see how it goes.
Those markets, when you go, normally they often indicate the price.
They even write it. So the guy will have
some of the things are weighed.
Some of them they have a small blackboard that he writes cabbage, this thing. They have this red beetroot and these kinds of things. So we experienced that. What I found fascinating was that they would close by 4 p.m., clean up the place, sweep, and you don't even know anything happened there. And I want to encourage assemblies to do same in future. That's the way to go. Let's use our assemblies. It's not only about building a permanent market. You can also have a temporary place for them to come and buy and sell and go. All right, so we'll come back to this issue. Let me give you two quick announcements.
Permit me, Bernard, to also maybe express or share.
Yes, please.
My market credentials.
Talk to me.
I think you would have ended by reason of yours.
Yes.
I'm feeling that.
Yes, you are feeling left out of the
my
conversation.
gender.
Oh no,
I have to have something to say.
We don't want to
we don't want to do gender matter. So if I mention your name, they say, hey, why is the woman going to market? So me, I haven't said anything. I haven't called your name.
On the flip side, too, you cannot have the conversation. Without a woman.
So I've brought you in.
I'm bringing myself.
Talk to me.
I mean, my credentials with markets will not compare to Sky and yourself.
Okay.
But I'm slightly better than
obviously
who has proxies. But I also started around 10 years. I was going to Medina Market. So Medina Market.
You could go to market at 10.
Yes. My twin sister and I, we are very
10 years old.
Yes. I mean, and that's how you learn. Our very first trip to the market, we lost some money. Somebody picked, some of our money. Exactly.
Oh Lord,
so there were lessons you can imagine.
Wow. So were you sent by your parents to the market, or you went on your own frolic?
We were sent, but we were sent because we kept requesting
that you want to go to the market.
Exactly, we wanted to go and have that.
Medina Market is fantastic. There was a school in Medina Market called Thomas Wood International. I have friends who went to that school. Medina Market is so huge. I swear it's not the biggest market in Ghana. It starts from Zongo Junction and ends at Rolling Circle, and it goes all the way to Riz. It's basically like a huge. It's become. I mean, it's. I remember like 20 years ago they rebuilt it.
Wow.
They built the stores because in the past it was just people sitting on the floor selling, and then they built it, but the shops were not enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and those days, I mean, you go to Medina Market, you know, everybody from Adenta, Charlie from Legon. You know, I think the only other place that could compete was Ashaiman.
Ashaiman Market.
And sometimes they'll bring things from Ashaiman to Medina.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, Medina Market is a massive. I don't know if there's any bigger market in Accra. Maybe Agbobloshi.
Maybe
Agbobloshi is number one.
Yeah, maybe
Agbobloshi, that enclave.
Yeah, but Medina will be in the top 5.
Medina is certainly.
It's a massive. Domi Market is not that big. So in the outskirts of that, Tema markets are not that big. Maybe Ashaiman has a big market too. Ashaiman has a big market. When you go to the western side, Kasua has a huge market too.
Good. Yeah.
Medina, we are strong.
There are small markets in between.
Yeah.
Some are specific just for yam, just for fish. Others, you know, the Baka fish market is the biggest in the West African sub-region.
Are you sure?
For dry fish.
Are you sure?
I'm telling you.
Adabaka here.
This one, try it.
And I've been working here for 20 years. I didn't know.
When you go there, you see mampam and other things.
Oh, mampam too did it.
I'm telling you. And it's coming from Yeji and everywhere else.
Adabraka, dry fish.
They all come here. It was during COVID that I discovered.
But why do you keep this thing to yourself?
So I go to the market. I'm just allowing the Pechepe people to feel good, you know.
Okay, give me 3 types of dry fish.
Oh, there is akosombo, right? There is there is no, but I mentioned mampam to you.
No, mampam is not a fish. Mampam is not fish.
No, there is what we call salmon. It's actually mackerel. It's not salmon. No, the salmon there is.
What's the difference between salmon and amani?
Abidjan.
What's it? No, let's talk Ghanaian. What's the difference between amani and salmon?
No, there's nothing like salmon first of all. But amani has them. Amani has.
No, salmon is what we call salmon.
No, it's not salmon. It's mackerel. We call it salmon.
Yes.
Who called it mackerel? We will call it salmon. We call it mackerel. Who is calling it?
That's the ideal name.
Yes, it is. The fish is mackerel, but
yes.
in Ghana
it's called salmon.
And Amika.
No, it's salmon.
Salmon.
Because I'm a market person.
No.
Because you see, when they send you, they'll say there's a difference between the amani and the salmon. They are two different.
So, but the amani there I know.
But you don't know salmon. Okay, do you know Odai?
Odai, I know Odai. I know the name. But even you know the salmon there. No, the salmon. There is Abidjan. You know that one.
I don't know.
You know the
Abidjan.
Oh, it's more expensive.
That one is tastier. Yeah.
Do you know Kpanla?
Oh yeah, Kpanla is, you take it with kinky a lot, especially when it's fried. Kpanla is great, but it's often bought from the cold stores and things like that.
No, you know, I'm talking. We are doing dry fish.
No, Kpanla Kpanla is typically not dried. That's what I'm trying to say. It's fish. It's fried better.
Send him a memo. You see how Susu has kept quiet. He doesn't want trouble. He wants to take a shot with that trends. He's not competing with anybody.
Thank you.
He just wants to, he just wants to come and buy kebab and eat and go and see. He doesn't want to,
I said it before that I don't cook, I bake.
That's all. My own is. Yeah, you don't have a problem.
Kakra was in here. I brought brownies for the.
You see.
Charlie, Ben, I'll try that.
So when are you bringing mine?
See me in
It was good.
Yeah.
You're a great baker.
So I'll do a market initiation for you on Friday. I'll show you the different types of dry fish. And how to spot when the fish is whole and when it is not good. These are very important survival skills you need to know. It's very, very important. So yeah, I'll help you on Friday or Saturday. Anyway, it's time for tech and social media trends.
It's brought to us by Telecel and First Bank Ghana. We're embarking on a journey to reconnect with all of you, our wonderful customers who have not used their accounts in a while. We'd love to give you the opportunity provide you the gold standard of banking once again. So come around, reactivate your dormant account at First Bank. Kindly visit our website and our socials. There's a link provided in our bio. Click that and you're good to go. Alternatively, visit any of our branches and we'll be happy to receive you once again. 0596 921 921 is the number. First Solutions at firstbankgroup.com. Shoot us an email. We are happy to respond. First Bank, you first.
All right, Mr. Graham, tell us what's trending this morning.
Yes, good morning. So the Supreme Court justices, or incoming Supreme Court justices, let me call them, who are being vetted, are number one in the trends. So we had Justice Dennis Ajay.
Oh my God.
Justice Jamefe.
His name is Justice.
His name is Justice. So
okay.
Justice. So
yesterday was like we're going to law school again.
Yeah, they were really showing us things.
Sorry, but law can be sweet too.
Yeah.
It's only Sky that makes it intimidating. Charlie,
they said that it's 20%.
Charlie, the guy said Aristotle.
80% wisdom.
Aristotle and Montesquieu.
Jean Montesquieu.
Hey, the guy.
Montesquieu.
Is he so the Dennis again? What is he?
Well, so they call him judge's teacher.
A judge's judge. Or what?
Because his area of specialty really is interpretation.
He's a big man.
Constitutional
he's a champion.
Interpretation.
Hey.
And he's one of the finest.
The man said, "Please, we know you know. You're a lecturer. Please don't lecture. Just answer the question. No lecture."
Look, I mean, he taught me, and you know.
Did you pass? You did.
Of course, that's the only reason.
I'm just asking.
Yes.
No, I'm asking because the man is so good. You know, so usually when they ask you if you passed, of course I know you passed.
Yeah.
The question I'm asking more is how did you find this class? You know.
Look, I mean, he's easily I would say out of the people who taught me at the Ghana School of Law.
Yeah.
He's the first among you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he teach you too, Francisca?
No, he didn't teach me. But
for you.
But I've had the opportunity to read some of his books and also listen to his lectures on YouTube.
What did he teach you?
So he taught us interpretation, law of interpretation, of course, land law.
Okay. Somebody else taught you that?
Yes.
Okay. Let me come back to Susu. So then he said, Jay.
I mean, if left to me alone.
He's in a comfortable lead.
Oh yeah, he should be passed.
He should be passed without Charlie too. No, they should have vetted him so we can learn more. Susu, go on.
Of course, Israel-Iran conflict is still in the trends.
Yeah.
The updates are still coming. A lot is happening. So there's now evacuations. Quite a few countries have started evacuating their citizens from Tehran, especially Tel Aviv. They are saying that there's kind of a warning. You know, we have to be aware. If I remember correctly, I saw something from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs saying that our citizens in Tehran have been asked to evacuate, and they'll be evacuated by land because you know the airspace has been closed. So if you remember, Mediterranean, who plays for Inter Milan, he's an Iranian player. He's stuck in Tehran now, so he won't be able to take part in the Club World Cup. So it's not a fun thing that's happening there right now. Speaking of the Club World Cup, Chelsea are in the trends. They started their Club World Cup against LAFC. They won 2-0, so very comfortable 2-0 win. And Noni Madueke is in their trends. People are not happy with this performance at all. Yeah, they are really on this case and
very inconsistent.
They should replace him with Mohamed Kudus.
Yeah,
they should sell him to Crystal Palace. And bring Mohamed Kudus.
Yeah, so next thing the trends, of course, a little bit more sports. The NBA Finals, Game 5.
Who?
So the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers, they played Game 5 last night, and the Oklahoma City Thunder are now 3-2 up.
So they are not very fancy teams, eh?
No, they are not, and it's actually been a big discussion in the American media whether this is bad for the NBA that two small teams have gone so far.
Why should it be bad?
Or they feel that people won't watch their games if it's not the Lakers or the Knicks or something like that.
That's why in many sports they cheat for the big teams because they want people to come and watch.
Well, so that's the discussion that's been happening, whether it's good for the NBA.
Let the best team win.
Exactly.
That's what sport is about.
And personally, I'm a big fan because the Oklahoma City Thunder, they used to be the Seattle Supersonics. They've moved.
That used to be the name.
Yes, they've moved, and it was very controversial when they moved. So in Oklahoma City, they've not won anything despite having won a title in 1979, and the Pacers have also never won a championship,
even though they've been a bit of some finals.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a good thing because it's nice for these fans who've not experienced. Because if you're in Oklahoma City, you've not won anything.
The Pacers had a guy called Reggie Miller. He was very good.
Yes, exactly. He's actually a commentator right now.
He's really good.
Yes. So exactly. So these are teams that have not won anything. Their fans have never won anything. And we are talking about whether people in New York will watch it.
So
on TV.
OKC used to be called Seattle
Supersonics.
They had a guy called Sean Kemp.
Exactly.
He was very good with the dunk.
Exactly.
So whoever wins will make history.
Exactly. So I believe people should focus on the fact that some people in some city somewhere in America are going to have their first championship rather than whether people will be watching it on TV.
All right.
And this is a very interesting one that goes to some of the things we talk about online in case of like catfishing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So this lady called Adoma, a man took her picture to a radio station and claimed that he had paid her 10,000 cedis for her to come and visit him, and she never showed up.
Oy.
And it turns out that someone had used her pictures to scam this guy into paying 10,000 cedis.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so it was like a fake account with her pictures. That would maybe when she posts a picture online to lift the picture.
And then
so the man thought he was talking to this woman and it wasn't her. This is what the woman has come to see.
And he paid somebody 10,000.
Yes.
Hey, he has money.
So he
before even he sees the person
10,000 to come. So
and then now. So it turns out he had been scammed.
According to the woman, she has she never spoke to him. This is not her account. It's a fake account. And so she says she has gone to the CID. So it's just you know that when you are dealing with people, sometimes if you think you are talking to someone, it might not be the person. So
the fact is that that's in the area of romance scam.
Romance scam.
Something like that.
That's right. So people pose as other people.
He was looking for love.
Yeah, that's right.
In the wrong places.
And once you're vulnerable, they get your attention and you are hooked onto them. Then you are gone. You may empty your account.
They need to catch the guy who did that.
Normally it is outside of the country. So
it's probably not even in Ghana.
But for some reason, it is gaining a lot of currency locally.
I mean,
so in some cases,
we can work on the Ghanaians.
10,000.
So what's the remedy?
So the point is that this online. I know some people have found love online, but you need. That is the truth.
Seriously, there's data that in the West, the majority of couples
in the West. In the West, I think they have more structured dating sites that they use because it's a big, like the US, a big place and that kind of thing. Here, I don't know. I didn't need dating sites in Ghana.
Facebook, Twitter is a
really?
Instagram is a dating site if your mind is there.
No, what I'm saying is that like there are structured dating.
It's a good mind.
In the Western world, generally there are dating sites that match people.
That's true.
Which are credible dating sites.
Yes, that's true.
I'm not sure if they are.
All those apps are here because they are apps. They are all available on the app.
So do they do matchmaking in Ghana?
I mean, if you use the app, you find people on the app.
Well, okay, let me put it this way. Generally, do Ghanaians have a dating app culture where they actively look for?
It's definitely not as strong.
Yeah, it's not.
It's there. People use them, but I don't know about the numbers. But people definitely use them.
It will also depend on the generation.
Yeah, that's what I say. People use them. I don't know if.
Please, if you have found love online, let me know how it goes. It's interesting because I thought I've always been suspicious of those things.
Oh no! I mean, people. Do you
know anybody who has found love online?
Oh yeah, I've dealt with cases like that.
Can you count them on your finger?
I can talk about. I remember immediately about 6 people.
Hey!
Oh yeah, that's true. No, that's true. That's true. Seriously. There are people
who met online.
Yes.
And they are still going.
Yes,
they are still going concern.
Yes, it's all about high now.
But I'm glad you brought up dating apps because I checked stories about dating apps. So a Dutch court has confirmed that Apple abused its dominant position in dating apps.
Look at that.
Yes. So it says Apple, we speak about Apple a lot and their practices about their apps and stuff. So a Dutch court has ruled that they were imposing unfair conditions on dating apps on the App Store.
Look at that.
So they have been, the Dutch court has said Apple are not complying to EU regulations.
Wow.
And yes.
But people should be careful what they
don't pay 10,000.
10,000.
If you are giving it
before the evidence,
I would have used to pay somebody's school fees.
But the person is looking for love.
Since 1894, we've witnessed the evolution of a brand and proudly partnered with its people on the path to prosperity. From the ink-stained ledgers of the past to the lightning-fast transactions of today, First Bank has consistently adapted, embracing innovation while cherishing the legacy of our heritage and making giant strides across the globe. It's not just about banking, it's about enabling your success generation after generation. Our legacy defined the past, shaped the present, and in 2094, we will still be fostering financial security and stability for future generations. We are helping to create a future where the possibilities are infinite, the opportunities borderless, and where the world looks up to Africa. Let's awaken the giant in you. You first. First Bank.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial star 500 hash to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end points to stand a chance to win. Dial star 500 hash or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Girls, leave me and let me do my thing. I'm tired of everyone chasing the same old. Awesome intelligence is the new magic. Get your Samsung Galaxy A56, A36, or A26 5G. eSIM included. This trip, school go big as I pull out my awesome intelligence. Pictures, videos, slow-mo, filters will be awesome. That's the new Galaxy experience. So let me do my thing. Let me be different, unique, and most of all, awesome with my new Samsung A series. Grab your new awesome Galaxy A56, A36, or A26 5G. Level up your game with the new awesome.
Price starting at 4,199 cedis. Terms and conditions apply.
AgriFair 2025 is almost here. The much anticipated AgriFair 2025 is just around the corner, happening from the 20th to the 22nd of June at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra. Get ready for a fun, educative, and exciting experience as we bring together the very best in agriculture, food, innovation, and entertainment all in one place. Exhibitors, if you have registered, it's time to pay and secure your spot before it's too late. Don't miss this opportunity to showcase your products to thousands of attendees. Call 0205-973-973 now to make your payment and lock in your space at Ghana's biggest agri-event. Come and enjoy the freshest farm produce at unbeatable prices and treat yourself to sizzling kebabs made from beef, mutton, pork, chicken, and more. Don't miss this. See you there. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Development Bank Ghana, Agri Impact Limited, the Horticulture Business Platform, and Twilliam Ghana Limited. Our technology partner is Farmerline.
Did you know that worms take away nutrients from the food you eat? Just listen to them.
Brothers, yesterday the food nice, huh?
Oh yeah, that's what about woman there. She did try wa.
Charlie, something come on. It be food.
It did taste like banana.
Hey, make a taste some. Make me try a taste. Make a taste. Hey, something is doing me.
Something is doing me too.
Oh, it be Vermox.
Vermox banana flavored dewormer is available in both suspension and tablet and is suitable for children and adults. It's good for you, bad for worms. Not recommended for children under 2 years and pregnant women. This advert is FDA approved.
This June, the business wave is back and it's bigger than ever. The City Business Festival 2025 on Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, where it's all about business. This June, we will be celebrating Ghanaian businesses, re-examining our business modules and practices through our business fora, and sharing knowledge through our on-air business discussions. Make a business date with the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the Citi Breakfast Show on 97.3 Citi FM and 10 a.m. on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV.
From expert interviews to real-world insights to the tools you need to grow. Don't miss a single moment this June. It's the City Business Festival 2025, celebrating everything business. Only on Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. Your business, your future, your time is now. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and let's grow together. The City Business Festival 2025, celebrating everything business.
The City Business Festival 2025 is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN Business, and Zonda Tech Ghana Limited.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Two minutes past 8, City Breakfast Show. The ORC, the Office of the Register of Companies. This is a reminder for the 30th June deadline for filing of annual returns and renewal of business names. Companies who fail to do this will be deemed non-compliant and be liable to a penalty of 1,000 cedis. We urge all companies and business owners to comply with these statutory obligations within the specified time frame to ensure continuity and to avoid the risk of being delisted from the official register. For more information, you can call 0302 666 081 or 059 952 5774. Do you know Meet Me There? Yeah, that's where you meet. Come to a place and meet somebody. Not meet me. Meet me there. Meet me there. Now, get Translight Solar today and save up to 70% of your electricity bills. Enjoy clean and reliable energy without breaking the bank. You don't need to pay the full cost up front. Translight Solar is offering an opportunity to own a complete solar system by paying just 30 to 50% of the cost and spreading the rest over 12 to 36 months period with flexible payments monthly as low as 1,200 cedis. Get in touch now for early bird deals and the lowest prices on the market. Visit our website translightsolar.com or call 025-604-0838. Translight Solar, wherever there's sunlight, there's Translight. As a side question, which is the best market you visited in Ghana? Caleb says the Adabraka market is the best dry fish market. I didn't know this, and I drive past there every day.
Oh, it's amazing.
Okay, so let me rephrase the question. Which market in Ghana is best for what?
Okay.
So Adabraka market is good for dried fish.
Yes.
What is Medina market good at? Think about no answer. Yeah. Think first.
Okay, sure.
Think first. I'll get your answer later.
Yeah.
You deserve a brand new car. VW is offering a virtuous Highline, a T1 Life, and Amarok at used car prices. Walk into the VW retail outlet with your used car budget and you may drive out a brand new car. Call or WhatsApp 025-795-6688 for more information about our range of models, the Virtus, the T-Cross, the T1, the Allspace, the Terramont, and the Amarok pickup. Have you heard of KB chocolate?
Come on.
Yeah, it's rich, it's smooth, proudly made in Ghana, and the perfect treat for yourself or a thoughtful gift for a special someone. Getting your hands on some KB goodness is super easy. You can find KB chocolate at all Palace Mall branches, Migmat, East Legon and Laboni, Wild Gecko Handicraft Shop at Kotukantansa Airport, and Shiashi and Super Save. For our listeners in the US, you can shop online via Etsy. Just search KB Chocolate, KABI, or visit the following stores in the Chicago area: Abyss Market in Romeoville, One African Market in Bolingbrook, and A Plus Store International Market, Uptown. KB also produces custom-made chocolate gifts for corporate events and businesses. So if you're planning something for your team or clients, we've got something extra sweet for you. Experience the thrill of easy banking with Zenith Bank this season. 24-hour access to Zenith Bank's secure digital banking channels from the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you are. Make quick and easy payments with Zenith Bank. Simply use the Z Mobile app, the Zenith Bank internet banking, or dial *966# to manage your account. You can also buy data bundles. No stress, no long waits, just smooth, secure, instant banking. Call Zenith Bank on 054 2000 111. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Now, if you're a business leader, HR practitioner, researcher, student, or passionate about your work, the Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management presents the CIHRM 2025 conference on the theme Regulating HRM in Ghana, Standards, Ethics, and Sustainability. It's between the 18th and the 19th of June at Lisa Hotel. Members can pay 3,200, non-members 4,000, and 2,000 for student members. You can call 020-811-2644 for more information. Sky, I've always wondered where people who live from Sapeman to this place.
Wow.
That's your side.
Sapeman.
Where do they go to market?
Oh, Amasama Market.
Oh, okay. Is it a big market?
Yeah.
Why do they come and put their food near the road?
That is
it's always on the floor too.
Why are they doing that? Isn't the market big enough for them?
I think it's lack of regulation. I think that the DC, the MC would have to tackle that particular problem. For some reason, they bring the things close to the road, and it's like you find in many markets across
it's a Ghanaian
Ghana.
thing.
It's an unfortunate.
Well, we will not allow people to put food on the ground.
Yeah, so we bring the tomatoes and all the
pineapples and oranges, plantain. Man, now
and the good thing about that area is that behind, if you drive towards Nsawam and you take the right, as though you're going towards the Eburi area. Yeah, you can find very fresh,
solid.
Yeah, food, farm produced. Yeah. Taking out of the farm and selling them by the roadside. So these are people who are farmers themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They've harvested them and maybe they want to sell them. So you can go there on Saturdays.
Okay. Now imagine waking up to serenity every day, surrounded by nature's beauty and luxury at your fingertips in a gated estate you can be proud to call your home. At Western Villas, located at Ayimensa, our stunning homes redefine elegance. We have swimming pools, gyms, playground, beautiful landscape gardens, private balconies, making every day feel like a retreat. We also have executive plots for sale at McCarthy Hill, strategically located and offer unparalleled views, easy access to amenities, and endless possibilities for executive living. With just 5% deposit, you can reserve your space. Contact us today. Learn more about our luxury homes at Ayimensa or executive plots at McCarthy Hill. Call this number 0536 502295. Visit www.westernvillas.com for more information. And if you're looking for a smarter, faster, more secure way to manage your finances, look no further. With the award-winning Fab mobile and internet banking solutions, banking is now easier, faster, and more convenient than you think. Join the Purple Bank today and feel the Purple experience, where convenience meets innovation. It's easy, safe, and secure. First Atlantic Bank, 2 times Digital Bank of the Year in a row. First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different. We're talking about food now. This is for the food lovers, and a little kitchen secret. One of the ingredients that can make your stews and soups taste great, right? Gino Tomato Mix is thick, it's red, it's rich, just the way you want it. Gino Tomato Mix is your go-to for that unique blend of tomato concentrate, fiber, and essential vitamins that make every meal pop with flavor. With Gino Tomato Mix, you can never go wrong. So go ahead, make your next meal unforgettable with a thick, red, rich Gino Tomato Mix, because Gino truly cares.
So I asked Google which is the best market in Ghana, and it says Makola Market number 1.
Okay.
KJTR market number 2.
Correct.
Then he gave me a market called Center for National Culture, Accra.
What kind of life is that?
Then he says into brackets Flea and Street Market.
So.
Then Tetekwashi Art Market, Kotokraba Market, the Accra Goods Market.
Okay.
Clearly, I need to change the question.
I'll put Kumasi ahead of Makola in terms of the KJTR market. I was there, the phase 1. It's
so you think KJTR is bigger than Makola?
It's bigger, it's neater, more convenient. Is well laid out, save their flooding issues when it rains and their electricity concerns they've had. Look, when you go to the butchery where they sell livestock, they have sinks so they can wash their hands.
Wow.
It's neat, it's beautiful, the infrastructure is great. I'm sure phase 2 will be completed.
Okay, here's another response I got.
Let's see how it goes.
There's a certain website that said the top 10 markets in Ghana, a guide for foreign brands.
Okay.
That's quite an interesting one. Makola Market number 1.
Okay.
Kaneshi Market Complex number 2. KJTR number 3.
Okay.
Techiman Central Market number 4.
Right.
Bolgatanga Market Upper East number 5. Tamale Central number 6. Edu Market number 7. Tudu Market number 8. Sunyai Central Market number 9.
Okay.
Kotokraba. Is that how is it pronounced?
Koto.
A little crab.
Hey, please, so.
Hey!
I'm a fan who has lived her entire life in Accra.
Okoto crab. Is that what it is? Okoto crab. Then somebody also adds market circle.
Market circle. That's Tadi area.
Yeah. So somebody adds market circle.
That place, the layout is beautiful.
Market circle.
Market circle is nice.
I think for more better curated response, perhaps maybe you should try Grok.
Maybe I should ask the question better. What's the best market in Ghana for food?
Yeah.
For foodstuffs. Let me say foodstuffs.
So Makola is really big. I think Makola is coming up tops because of its share size and age. It's been there for a long time. It's bigger and all that.
So I'm Googling again. Okay. Or should I use AI? Actually, AI is giving me the answer. For a wide variety of fresh foodstuffs in Accra, Makola Market is a strong contender. It's a large, bustling market with a wide array of fresh produce, meats, and other food items, alongside other goods like clothing and household items. However, it's known to be very busy and crowded, so be prepared for hectic experiences.
True.
Then TripAdvisor, Makola 1, KJTR 2. I don't know why they add Center for National Culture. I think this is for foreigners to come and buy.
Right.
So it's more like this is more for foreign people.
Right.
So Google cannot help you. Google.
So,
I'm living in Ghana I'm asking you for answer, and you are answering it for people who are abroad who want to buy like Ghanaian clothes.
So there's a market in the eastern region, but for distance, it's a very good place. We read about it in class 3. I was there.
Asesewa?
Yes.
Is it still as busy as it was?
People travel from Tema, Ashaman, Medina, Kasua, all the way to Asesewa.
Still?
Some from the eastern region. No, Asesewa is still in the eastern region, so it's but people go to Asesewa to trade. I mean, if you want maize, if you want livestock, if you want fresh farm.
I can understand why, because you know Asesewa is Upper Manya.
Correct.
And so surrounded by the Volta is not too far.
Fantastic.
The Volta Lake, and then Koforidua is not too far.
Yes.
So there's a lot of food. So it's like a centralized.
They have that.
Yeah, it's a central.
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Except that the AI, or there's a Google brought up.
Here's a better one I got.
Tell me about it.
So now I asked the guy, what's the local Accra market for fresh groceries?
Okay.
All right. Makola Market, the largest of Accra markets, is the first one that came up. Then a few tips when you visit Makola. Then vegetables. Okay, then the next one was Osu Night Market. Osu Night Market came up in this list. Then Medina Market. Medina Market is like the smaller version of Makola Market. You can find similar things you will find at Makola, especially food products and household goods. The prices here can be slightly higher, as most merchants will source their products from Makola. A good tip is to keep in mind is to pick an Uber or taxi as opposed to driving with your own car, because finding parking will be impossible. Look, you won't get parking. There are people who now are parking merchants. You pay them 50 pesos to give you a place to park.
50 pesos.
And I'm a Medina man. Agbogboloshi, sometimes 2 cities. Agbogboloshi Market is also in the list. Access to the market can be a little tough, but it's worth it for the abundance of fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Parsley, dill, mint, and rosemary. What are these things? You can find most of these products here from the northern and Burkina Faso. Then the Slaha market. This is the market you should visit if you want fresh fish. It's a small market located close to Jamestown Beach. Yes, and it's much more accessible and easier to navigate than other markets. This is due to the structure of the market. Don't forget, the Minister for Local Governments is going to build a market for every district.
Stop the thing they do not far away.
Yes. Number 5, Adenta Market. I like Adenta Market on this. Adenta Market offers a variety of local produce in an environment which is much less stressful and easier to navigate. Very small compared to other markets. One of the benefits is that parking is easy and available, but it's private. So I remember asking the Adenta people why they wouldn't develop the market. They said, well, if the private person will come and partner with them, then they can make it a bigger market. Because I think the Adenta and Kaneshie markets are properly laid out. Osu night market.
Complain about Adenta market, the food prices. They are
slightly higher. Osu market is open and day and night with a difference in products you can find during the day and during the night. But the best time to visit is at night. There are a few night markets in Accra, but few can be compared to this one. It's not as big as other markets, but it has a lot to offer and it's open till very late in the night. You can find fruits, vegetables, eggs, tins of milk. But the reason you should visit it is for its food sellers. Very economical prices. Kebab.
The best kinky at night.
Yes.
You would find there.
Osu.
When you go there, say you are looking for blue rubber.
Hey, what?
Charlie, you're a guy. Alright, so there are a few more. Well, why am I telling you all these things? Because we are also creating our own market on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Please come and help us make it big. It's called the AgriFair 2025.
Yes, while we are at it, the Office of the Registrar of Companies wishes to issue this final reminder to all registered business owners, company directors, secretaries, and partners of incorporated partnerships in Ghana that there will be no extension beyond Friday, 30th June 2025, deadline for the filing of annual returns and the renewal of business names. This follows an earlier press release issued on the 14th of April 2025, which announced the said deadline and urged all defaulting companies and businesses to comply. Companies who fail to file annual returns with financial statements shall be deemed non-compliant and will be liable to pay a penalty of 1,000 Ghana cedis in addition to filing fees. We are therefore urging all companies, business owners, and all to comply with these statutory obligations within the specified time frame to ensure continuity. Please call this number if you have any concerns: 059 952 5774.
For special mention, and the thing I need to say is that every market is known for something. So, for example, Techiman market, there are certain things that it is known for. Yes. There's also Ejura market and there's also Wenchi. So maybe we will have to take our time and have a more specific inquiry. Google is not as smart. It's only as smart as what you tell it. I think it's the same as AI, right? So you need to give it. You need to give it more information. Then it will.
They say giggle, garbage and garbage.
Yeah. So I'm asking poor questions. I'm getting poor answers. So if I tailor my question well and say, for example, which mark? Because if you ask the statistical service people, when they do their consumer price index, they go to specific markets for specific things. All right, because they know that certain markets are known for certain things. So if I tidy up my inquiry, I'll get a better response.
So for Mala market hasn't come up, has it?
So there are two markets that are big in Accra, but they are not. So there's Dome market.
Yes.
There's Malam market and there's Malata.
Malata is there.
Okay. Malata. But I think all three, Medina is still bigger.
Medina is
still big. I think apart from Makola, Medina is the biggest.
Yeah. What I see at the Malam market when I used to be at that side, Sunday mornings, every time you're going to church, you find very, very fresh farm produce. Malam market, fresh. Plantain, cassava, everything.
Is it that big though? Fresh. Is Malam market that big?
I don't know. They often bring their thing towards the roadside.
So usually you see them on the roadside, but inside.
Yeah, because the space is not enough to accommodate the sheer numbers that are coming there every single day.
Right.
So how can we make the market more user friendly? Because it's for me, I feel claustrophobic. It's like you don't even know where to pass. Like they need to have a way of separating the stalls. I know it's difficult to pay for this because some of the people don't have money to buy stalls, but you should be able to categorize the people so that you will know where to pass.
I think the government would then have to see it as some social investment which would not necessarily be one that you expect to recoup all the capital investment you make. But one that would economically empower, particularly women. Because I remember, for instance, when the new market in my constituency was rebuilt. In fact, when they were going to do it, it was a big issue because the women were worried that
they will lose their original spaces.
Exactly.
It always happens.
It always happens.
Corruption.
Like corruption. You have to know somebody to know somebody before you can secure a spot. Because once you are priced out or once somebody kicks you out of your place, that is what it is. It's a problem. So I think we have to first of all do the mapping. We have to look at how much money will be needed to modernize these markets properly. In the meantime, where do you take the people? Or do you want to do it in phases so that, for instance, if we say Mala Market, you want to modernize it, you want to divide it into 3 different phases or 4 different phases. Start with a particular lot. When you finish, you move on to the other one and do it like that. But then the actuarial scientists would have to do their own audit of what numbers we do need to actually support the project.
I'm going to read a few comments shortly. Time check is 8:41. A couple of concerned people have sent me a list of where people met. So apparently they are trying to say that
online, no.
My comment that people, I'm not saying people don't meet online. I was just asking Sky if he knows people who met online. That's what I was asking. So
I think my good friend and former mate, Barry, for instance, says that met the wife online. They used to be in the UK at the time, and they've been married for so many years now. So I met my wife on Instagram. She lived in England, and I lived in Ghana. We have been happily married with kids coming in from Barry. And many other comments like that have come in.
My friend now Yokote has sent me
the one we know.
Antina.
No, not Antina. Now you're the one who she's a blogger and she cooks.
Right.
She actually exhibits when we do Back to Your Village Food Festival.
I think I spoke to her on food and all.
So she sent me a nice article titled "A Guide Through 5 Marketplaces in Accra." If I have time, I will read it for you. But it gives a very nice sort of categorization of what you will find and what you will see. So now you thank you for this. I'll read it shortly. So apparently most people in 2024, and again, I don't like this data because this is global. Right? I felt like we need a more Ghanaian because if you say more people met online, it's the whole world. The world is a big place, So how couples met 2024? 60% online, 13% friends, 8% co-workers, almost 5% bars and restaurants. It doesn't tell me much.
So that would be the global picture most likely.
And their source, according to, they said their data is beautiful, Rosenfield, something sort. Charlie, so Stanford University.
I think the challenge in Ghana is we don't normally do these topic specific.
People don't even open up much on these.
You understand? Ideally, maybe the one of the universities. Which of the schools in the Legon, for instance, will be
communications.
No, behavioral psychology
or behavioral psychology
or something.
They would want to do the speak to couples or maybe.
No, this is not population study.
Interested in.
Or maybe even the statistical service department.
Dating and meeting, I don't think it's RIPS. RIPS is population. This is more to do with like behavior, social psychology or something. Or relationships. And it's not even just Sky. This is the thing. Generally in this country, we don't value insight
and data.
So here we are even looking for markets, right? Look, in many countries, when you buy something, because of the way they sell it, you can do ratings. But we will do analog. So usually you can, when you used to go to YouTube and eBay, they rate, in fact, when I used to go and buy books online, they will rate this supplier and say, this supplier is not correct because he will not supply well. So I think we need to, there's a lot of poor customer service in the country and people don't have a platform to share their experience, whether it's a market or a hotel or even a hospital. You get it? And so we do hit and miss. And so we are so collectively not effective. Because there should be a way in which people can say, if you want to do this type of operation, this hospital is the best. If you want to this type of food, this hotel is the best. If you want this type of products, this market is the best. And it should be some objective
way of analyzing.
Yeah, because people get away with murder and there are people who do well and nobody even knows. There's a whole, and for me, it's a question of lack of somebody aggregating experiences in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
So we don't know anything. We have so like we are here, we don't even know the way people meet. So generally we are guessing because somebody in Stanford says it's online. But maybe you need to do that for Legon community versus the whole population of Accra. There's, and for me, it's a problem because it means
maybe the research is there.
Sky, it even becomes so bad that politicians, when they are discussing unemployment, come and say that. I remember one president said, a few years ago, it was so sad for people to go and gather at the Elwak Stadium looking for work. Like, that's anecdotal. Anecdotal has its role, but Charlie, you need more hard. You get it? Anecdotal can then give you some example of. But you cannot run policy based on, so we are not, I don't know, we don't value insight. We like, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure that, when you talk to the farm life people who come on our show on Saturdays, they will have some insight. Because, I mean, these are people who talk to, people in troubled relationships and, all the time. And they would have some insight as to how people are meeting. And I wouldn't say that the data is not there categorically. For all you know, maybe the University of Ghana.
Nobody has any data. Nobody has any data on any.
Or someone
they don't have any data.
PhD or master's level, research into it. Yeah.
Everybody just giving you examples. Okay. I have a friend who got married. I have
Yes.
a friend. That's all we do. And see, I'm not. This point is not a dating point, too. What I'm trying to say is that. You see, productive societies, there are a number of things you need. You've done a bit of economics. Information is critical for decision making.
True. Data.
Okay, what is the most, even media consumption? The data is, there was an American, there is no rigor in the society. The society is very,
is it fair?
Yeah, and it's like, it's not helpful. It's not helpful to have that type of, you see, because you need to be precise. You see, precision is very key for excellence. And if you are not precise, you cannot standardize. If you don't standardize, you cannot be skilled. We are very. I'll give you an example, and this is a bad example. Somebody sews for me sometimes, right? Sometimes the shirt they come out, you think the person designed the thing. Charlie, next time, some way. It's like Charlie. So if I'm lucky, I get it. But if you buy Halls and Curtis, every day is the same. If you buy Halls and Curtis 15 slim fit, it's the same.
Standardization.
But this person has my measurement today, the next there's some small space tomorrow. Like, I don't know. Sometimes the length is. I say, Charlie, what is it? They say the material. I say, that day. Why can't you just, And if you cannot produce for the world if you cannot standardize. And this is second industrial revolution or whatever. It's not even technology. We are talking about like producing buttons, producing shirts, and we are not even able to do that.
You see, so you would find that in many of these spaces where the institution or the producers do very well, you have all the layers that make an institution or a factory work properly installed. So there's somebody in charge of quality control, and there's a department for that. There's somebody in charge of production. There's somebody in charge of external relations. There's somebody in charge of community.
But you know why they are in charge? Because the system values insight. Somebody can call you and say he wants to talk to you about something and they want insight. They don't even want to pay for it. You get it? Like, we don't value scholarship. We don't value, a lot of our professors are not even well paid. People who spend all their life researching things that, they do research on very important things. We don't even pay them well. We pay some people who come on air to just come and talk for parties. Pay them a lot of money. But maybe some professor has even done 20 years of research in non-communicable diseases. Maybe internationally he'll get some money to travel, but we don't value them. So it's, for me, I'm criticizing the society's appreciation of I want the word
insight.
Because you need to arrange information in a way to create knowledge. So there's data, information, knowledge, and insight. All right. So data is just different things you put together. Information is when you arrange it. Knowledge is when it becomes applicable to your situation. Then insight is when then you can use it to predict. So we discuss problems. Look, yesterday I interviewed some people on the power sector. We keep saying the same thing. Oh, we have to talk. We have to do. I'm like, so is it like we don't? I don't even know. Are we just saying it? Like, are we determined to change, or we just want to use the information, or I don't feel like we are ready to use information to do something to change our lives.
You see, so let me give you a typical example of how to cure what you're talking about. So you want to know how people are meeting and dating and becoming couples, right? One way of doing that is the birth and death registry.
Okay.
Or the department responsible for registering marriages. So the Registrar General's Department.
Okay.
On their form, there should be in there
how they met.
How did you meet?
Okay.
Right? Okay. Because they are collecting that data.
By the way, there's a nice TV show used to call How I Met Your Mother.
I actually watched it. I didn't like it.
It was on Comedy Central.
So you see, so that data, every single day, people are going there to register their marriages. Of course, we still have people who are going into other forms of marriage, and they are not necessarily registering them. Although the law allows that in all cases, you should be able to register them. But if we are doing that properly, then the data you are talking about
will be there.
At least at the national level, you can go there and collect it and say, oh, okay, over the past 5 years, you have registered, say, 5 million marriages. Out of the lot, you want to know how many people
met online.
Exactly. So that you can distill that data and use it for whatever you want. So if it is going to be government policy that you would direct towards maybe ensuring that there's cheaper data price so that people can meet a lot more online. Because I mean,
but see, the next level is that. So assuming the society where so let's assume that information is gathered. Then somebody can build a business around that insight.
Exactly.
That says maybe X% met in school, another percent met online, another percent met social maybe events. In Trotro. Now that insight can lead you to. So I'm trying to say that because we don't have that insight, a lot of our businesses fail because they are based on a hunch. They are not based on real facts. So if you know, for example, that at this particular age group, a lot of them meet online. If you want to even create a product for people who are dating, then you can put it online. Do you understand? So more insight generates more value and it generates more business. But here we see somebody has done a com center, no Mikoyebi. We see somebody is doing, you understand? So we are not, and you see, people don't see the connection between what we value and how we live. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's like we think, oh, BBR is if it will work, it will work. No, you have to. You like if you are not deliberate, you cannot create anything. So our poverty is also mindset issue. It's like there are so many possible businesses people can do out of the insights we generate, but it's like, oh, I don't know, we don't care, and people. The other thing is also corruption, right? So let's assume you want to get your advert on the best media house. So you invest in data that can get you know what type of people are listening. Somebody doesn't care. He'll give the advert to somebody who can pay him a kickback.
Yeah.
You get it? So a lot of people, they are cynical about precise information. They just don't care. And you see, society suffers when we don't raise the bar of excellence for everything. We don't, and we have to. So sometimes, I'll tell you, I send the shirts back. It's not because I'm difficult. I want to tell the person that it is not right for you to sew a shirt for me. That doesn't fit what I want. And I'm paying for bespoke, because if I wanted, and I could have gone to buy a shirt at Horse and Curtis, but I want to give you business. So the least you can do is to make it fit according to the pattern that I gave you. Otherwise, I'm not going to. Do you understand? Now, what makes mediocrity, what perpetuates mediocrity is that we accept. So if somebody does work when the work is not good, send the work back.
Yeah.
I can accept this. You get it? Because your work is a portrait of you. So if you write something for me and the thing is rubbish, I need to cancel it. I can't say that, oh, this is okay, maybe you get there. No. You have to make sure you write it well. And this is, of course, we try and do this for our kids. But you see, as a society, we also have to start doing that. So look at today, we are talking about contractors, roads. How can a whole community be struggling because some contractor is not observing the basic rules? You are building a gutter, you will not make sure that you've aligned it well. People's houses are flooded. You are building a road. You have it. So like people Hundreds of people are suffering in Ghana because somebody can do anything, anybody will accept it. But in a serious country, they will say this contractor will not be paid or he'll be downgraded. But here we don't really care. Why? Because corruption. So maybe he's probably also lined people's pockets. Get it? So we need to see the connection between what we permit and what we suffer. A lot of what we suffer is because of what we have permitted. You may permit somebody's mediocrity because you like him or he's giving you some money. Hospital and the way people are treated. I went to a pharmacy yesterday to buy something. And I told the person, I'm going to pick somebody who has a certain condition. So I need this. There were 3 of us standing there. This pharmacist lady, I don't know why she was angry or she was not hardly eating. She kept repeating, asking me what I said I want the thing for this. They said, oh, did you say you want? And the guy said, but he just told you.
Absent-minded.
And this person, if they sack the person from work, she'll go and tell her people that this pastor or my boss, he doesn't like people from my hometown. But you are mediocre and you are at a pharmacy serving a very high-end place.
Maybe she was having a bad day.
Oh, come on.
This is endemic. Look,
there was somebody next to the lady say, Charlie, he said, Papa, no. This guy, I wanted to buy ORS. And I explained what I wanted. And I said, I'm giving it to somebody. 2 minutes later, asked me, are you the one taking it yourself?
Are you serious?
Yeah, maybe she didn't hear.
But everybody there heard except her.
Yeah, maybe. So she was seeking clarification. But there's no. You see, let me tell you something. If the person next to her tells the boss that this person is mediocre, they will say the person only papa. So in our society, we cover up people's mediocrity for the sake of letting them feel good. And they eventually destroy things for everybody. You see, so that is why the management of that company and all companies must invest in feedback collection on their services generally, and in some cases their employees, so that way you can then, based on data, make decisions as to whether you want to continue with a particular service, or you want to continue with a particular employee, or you want to continue with a particular market.
When you replace them with machines, then they complain.
That because the machine doesn't have.
For me, I agree with Bernard. It's a mindset problem. You see,
she didn't even apologize.
Is survival. Everybody is in survival mode.
But if you are even surviving, that's not how to go about surviving.
No, but hold on. There's no clear way of surviving. Everybody has to figure it out by themselves, and that's why we see corruption in our lives. Individually, you're driving somewhere, you have to pay the policeman to avoid getting arrested for crossing the traffic light. You have to survive, and because we don't have, maybe at the policy level, how we are going to go about that, employers will suffer. You hire people to do a job, and you literally have to tell them how to do the job.
It's terrible.
And so you will experience that.
Anyway, let me read some highlights of what now you sent. I'm not here to complain.
Oh, you want to read some messages?
Yes. So let's go through some messages on different things.
Okay. So please,
help me.
Take some of the messages. So,
Okay.
Yes.
Ha. Ben, please, I found love online and now I have Jakpa. Currently listening from North Carolina.
Good for you.
Married with 2 kids.
Oh, good for you.
This one from Kofi B says, my daughter found a date on Facebook and has been married over the past 6 years with 3 kids.
Good for her.
Hello, Bernard.
Yes.
I met my wife on Facebook and we have been married for almost 8 years.
Wow.
With 3 children now. That's
very
Kweku
good.
From Adenta, and he didn't spell Adenta right.
He's driving.
Good morning, Bernard. Please tell Susu the 10,000 the 10,000 CDs was a sign-in fee. What were they signing? Anyway, another message says online dating is not really our thing in Ghana, but it is very normal here in the Western world.
Okay. Snapchat these days, that's where the people are meeting.
Snapchat?
Yeah.
Read more.
Yes.
But I'll say something though. I was at a place and they were saying we should encourage our kids to also go out because whilst all these things work, right, they cannot be substitutes to meeting people, because when you meet the person, you get the full vibe, the way they sound. So our busy lifestyles have made people more gadget focused, but there were events we used to go to where you meet people. And I don't think there's substitute for that.
So you realize at many social functions now, people will be sitting, but they're all glued on.
Yeah,
their
it's not
phones.
good.
Like, we are here, but we are on our.
Yeah, and I don't think the way, which is why I'm saying that we need our own system, because the Western society has become that way. Gadgets are accessible, and maybe moving around may be difficult. But at least here, go to places.
But these social platforms are also public spaces now.
But that's not, it's not something. You remember the lady we interviewed last month who said that a lot of kids who get used to the gadget, send them to the market, send them out to go out. Because see, you are a social being. You are not created to be on a machine. So yes, you can meet people online and you can interact, but it's always better to go out.
Are there no safety concerns that maybe middle class families, people?
Oh, there are places to go.
So for instance, I mean, you would not want to allow your kids to go running around in the community just for
no. You can.
Then you would find comfort in say sending them to maybe Georgia or. Penny.
Oh no, you're even making it complex.
Can I even respond to that?
Yes,
look at the high class or nice areas in Accra. What are the parks?
No,
they are all built. So why are you even going to send your kids? That's
you can't.
But that's a valid point.
To a certain extent, if there's a park that you know that all the kids go to the park, they all play football. Then around 6, 7, you see that the parents or whoever can come and call their kids. It's time to go home and that kind of stuff. It's very different to you go around Accra. There's no football pitches. Once in a while, you see some AstroTurf.
Let me try and address that. Let me try and address that. So this is a problem for middle class people. If you live in Teshi, you have a park to play. If you live in Medina, you have a park to play. So a lot of the average people do have places to go. Number 2, you have different circles, church groups, school groups, PTA groups. So for example, there's a football place I send my kids to. Most of the people there don't come to my church or don't even necessarily go to my wherever, but they are. So areas must also come together and go out and meet each other. It's a responsibility. The government cannot do that for us. But I'm saying that if you value, for example, it's Easter. All right, maybe once a quarter, the church people should come and play football. The kids should go out and run around. If you live in Tema, maybe there's something they are doing, Tema Street Festival. Send your kids, let them go and see what's going on there. Do you understand? There are lots of things happening. People need to go because this idea of let's come home, let's read books, let's use our devices, and then eventually we are now looking for dating online, and then you are finding somebody who lives 2 streets behind you on the line. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go to the drugstore, you meet somebody. Go and buy food in Medina Market, you meet somebody.
When you meet
you just say hi. It's better. It's a richer experience.
Some people don't know how to talk to. It's
that's the point.
It's because the phone has taken you.
That's the downside.
So you see, you need to take like
the ones having generally these problems.
Sky, you see, so what we are trying to say is that while technology is good and it helps us to organize information, this organic way of meeting people face to face is still the best.
I don't disagree.
That's number 1. Number 2, we must be deliberate. So I hear you when you say we have to build parks and things, but even with the few parks we have, there are places you can still go.
Let me ask a typical question.
Yeah.
When you were growing up, your mom will put some stuff on your head and say go and sell it, right?
Yes.
How many middle class families today
are
investing in that kind of enterprise as to give their kids the opportunity,
street experience
to become street?
No, but Sky, even if they won't let them sell, there are things they can do. That there are places they can go. You understand? So I'm giving an example of even follow me to the market. I'm going to Medina Market this week. Wear your sandals, wear your Crocs, and let's go. 2 of them are following you as you enter the shop, and they're interacting. Hey, how are you? What's your name? My name. Do you understand? It's for me. It's not even going to sell because ours was more an economic issue.
How about going to buy?
You can send them.
You see, so
you can send
even in many homes these days, and the middle class, they have brought in people from external sources who now are substitutes for what ordinarily should be done by their kids who are say
or even the
13
same
or
gadgets.
14 of it. Exactly.
You can use your phone to do your market shopping.
Yeah, because I mean, when I was
advancement
just about 10 or less, I was going all the way to Denu to buy kerosene
but even
for
now,
my grandmother,
Sky, what we are saying is that even now that you have gadgets, you still allow your kids to have certain human interaction experiences.
Yeah, that's true.
You see, they may not have to go through the same hassle you went through because yours was good for the time. And by the way, some of the things.
It's not so much a question of the hassle. What I'm saying is that, Bernard, you see, there are people who believe that for some reason their kids should not do anything
because they've suffered, so they want to give them a better life. Better life
as a substitute for, in order to be seen to be providing for them,
and they are doing well too.
Exactly. Things they should be doing on their own and learning, they have brought in people to do that. That's where
Fair enough. Let's read some comments and by remind you that very soon we'll be taking you to our next on-air series. Today we're discussing marketing your SME. It's part of our on-air series for the City Business Festival, and our guest is Benedict Bentel. We'll bring that to you shortly.
So Bernard, it's Kotokraba, literally meaning crab's chamber pot, located in Cape Coast. Okay.
Kraba.
What is Kraba?
Kraba is the chamber pot.
Is it?
So that
but how can a market be called Kotos? Shamakulu? Oh, Charlie, in there. No, we reject that. No, we reject that. No. Koto Kraba. No, we don't like that.
Maybe Koto is the crabs.
Yeah, and the Kraba is the.
So maybe they've been going there to organize them.
Oh, Koto and Crab.
Koto and Crab, indeed. Team City at the Backup Market is the best of all markets in Ghana. Bob sent that from Tema. Good morning, Bernard and team. The market you're talking about is called Boot Sale Market. Okay, please, mackerel is not the same as salmon.
Thank you.
Bernard, please, where is the Agri Fair going to be held?
Good. The Agri Fair is at the Efa Sutherland Children's Park. It's on Friday, this Friday.
Yes.
It's on Saturday, it's on Sunday. And as we've been talking about bringing kids out, please, bring your kids.
Yeah. It's very important.
Bring your kids out. They will buy kebab to eat.
Yes.
Show them the difference between salmon and amai.
It's not salmon, like true.
Whatever it's called, panla and all the fishes. Let them come and see tomatoes, fresh fruit.
Yum.
Let them walk around the market.
Yes.
You know, let them learn. Let them interact with other kids.
Yeah.
It's important for their development. Yeah. Some can even take a notebook and be writing the things they see, the local name of the things they are buying. Yeah. Let them talk to the market people. Yeah. We'll have a space for your kids. Come, don't keep them at home. No. All right, it's 3 days. Let them enjoy because it's part of their. Charlie, seize the phone. No tablet. No, you know, we call it no phone weekend.
Yes.
They should come out. You know, it's very important. You know, Susu is looking at me.
Good morning, Bernard. Please, there is no dry fish called akosombo.
You see, all the things we were saying were not true. You see,
as such, but no, listen to the next line. All dried fish are categorized as such, but there are control, mereche, and odor, etc. Okay. You are trying
to bamboozle.
No, but he's trying to say that all dried fish are categorized as such. So it means that on the street.
Yeah, but you were saying that. Do I know akosombo?
Akosombo is fish, the round one. No, the round one they use for light soup. No. You remove the ice. They go on.
There's a variety in there.
Caleb was trying to bamboozle me.
Mackerel is called salmon. Okay, me I know salmon. Salmon by the people of Accra. Okay, guys. Yes. Salmon is not available in Africa, but in the colder sea, the salmon fish, which is fresh, is orange color. Okay, Joseph.
All right.
Charlie Ben, my first time alone in the market was at the Medina market, and I literally bought everything, including plenty of what I didn't need because the women were giving me a sad look.
They say, hey, bra, me, I've gone to market before, so I know.
Yeah.
Holding about her. Listen, bro, if you don't mind.
There's also emotional blackmail.
Me, but this is the thing my mother will do. When you go and she sends you to the market, she will show you who to go to.
Yeah.
So there's a specific place you buy our belima. Right. There's a specific place you buy your oil, and the people you know them. Yeah. So when you go, sometimes you don't even need to tell her because she's already told the woman that this is how much you are buying. So that makes it easy for you. She will never leave you with the decision to choose, and particularly yam, because yam was very difficult to tell which one is. So she will never let you buy yam because yam, for some reason, you can't tell if it's rotten or not. You need a special skill.
You can't tell her.
Me, I never mastered it. So she will not let you buy. She will let you buy the things that like cassava dough, corn dough, zomi.
Right.
Even fish. It's difficult for her to let you buy it. Yeah. She will let you buy garden eggs. Okra is okay. Yam, no. And I think fish. No, that one you need a PhD to get it. So never.
Tulaku market is the largest cattle market in Ghana, right? Someone told me that the markets in Accra Central are good for plant products, including tubers, onions, tomatoes, and vegetables. And Dome market is good for animal products like meat, chicken, eggs, etc., etc. Since then, that's how I shop.
Well, what I'll say is that our market on Saturday, Sunday, Friday is good for everything. Everything you want to buy. Tomorrow we'll give you the list of some of the farms who are coming to exhibit there. It's a big thing we're doing. It's called the Agri Fair 2025. Before that, on Thursday we have a very big conversation on Agric. That's called the Citi Business Forum on Agric and Agribusiness. And it has some very important speakers who will be discussing the various aspects of agriculture at the program. Professor Roger Canton. We also have Davis Kobo, we have Maviso Ruku, Asare, and we also have Daniel Neti. Those are some of the key speakers. The AgriFair is brought to you by Channel 1 with support from Citi FM, sponsored by Ghana Exim Bank, the Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Development Bank Ghana, Agri Impact Limited, and the Horticultural Business Platform. Now, let me give you two numbers. If you want to take part in the Agri Clinic, which is a training for people in snail farming, mushroom farming, rabbit rearing, poultry farming, and yam multiplication, and all the various strands that Samens has been talking about, you may want to WhatsApp 0558 973 973. So that number is for those who want to register to take part in the Agri-Fair clinics, where we are taking people through up to 12 modules for various areas of specialization. And you need to pay for that. So that one is 0558 973 973. The rest of us just come through and just buy and enjoy. If you are an exhibitor, the clarion call is for you to make sure you confirm your spot by making a payment. The number to call is 0205 973 973. When we come back, we will be hearing from our speaker for the Citi Business Festival On Air series. And this is day 2 of week 3, and my guest is Benedict Bentil, and Neil Latte will be talking to him about marketing for small and medium-sized enterprises. Citi Business Festival is brought to you by Absa Bank, MTN Business, and Zonda Tech. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game of choices. Listen with rapt attention. Round 1, question 1. Elevator or stairs?
Stairs.
Now the second question. Less than 4 hours or at least 6 hours of sleep at night?
At least 6 hours of sleep.
The last question. Yomi yogurt or...
Yomi yogurt, of course.
Oh, I'm not done.
No need. That's my choice. Yomi yogurt.
Life is full of choices. Always remember that the choices we make today shape our tomorrow. Whether it's a morning start, a midday snack, or a dessert, our delicious Yomi yogurt is here to nourish you. Yummy, a nourishing choice. This advert is FDA approved.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
So you need a vehicle tracking system to manage your fleet. But how do you choose the right company for real results? Most tracking companies just sell you a system and leave you on your own. But at Instroma GPS, we go beyond that. With expert consultation, real-time tracker monitoring, emergency support, and constant updates, we make sure you maximize savings and efficiency. Join hundreds of businesses that trust Instroma GPS for world-class fleet management. Call 024-676-7662 now for a free demo. Instroma GPS. Your choice, your savings.
As a busy professional, I struggled with back and neck strain from long hours at my desk. To improve my focus, productivity, and well-being, I sought expert advice from the CEO of Expert Office Furnish.
After being in the furniture business for 25 years, I can tell you two things that causes back pain in the workspace: bad sitting posture and not sitting on a good chair. I recommend to you the Genevia Beeper chair, the chair that helps you to sit right. When you don't sit right, it beeps for you to be able to sit right. The next will be the Enjoy chair. It takes every body shape and size. Buy a chair that will support your back and give you that comfort to be able to deliver on your job.
Expert Office Furnish offers molding furniture for comfort, productivity, and style. From seating to customized solutions, plus interior decoration services, they've got it all. Find them off the Atomic Hills Estate Road in Ashonman or call 0571 386602 on Facebook and Instagram at Expert Office Furnish.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Hello there, I am Ni Latte coming your way with another edition of the honor series of the 2025 Citi Business Festival. If you are listening to us on radio, this is 97.3 Citi FM. On television, you are watching Channel 1 TV. This week, we are in our third week having a sense of how to grow a resilient SME. We are sponsored by Absa Bank Ghana Limited, MTN Ghana Limited, as well as Zonda Tech. Stay with us. When we come back, I'll tell you who my guest is and what the topic for discussion is as well. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is the honor series of the Citi Business Festival 2025, powered by your favorite radio and television stations, 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 Television. Today, we are delving into another area of SME growth, which happens to do with the marketing aspect of SME building. And so we've spoken about the law, we've spoken about the financing, we are talking about the marketing aspect of it now. And to help me do this is Benedict Bentil, Senior Manager at MTN Business. Benedict, thank you so much for joining us for this conversation. I want to say that we are a man of many parts, because I remember last year we were talking about the digital economy.
Yes.
Today you are here with us talking about marketing.
Yes.
Between last year and now, what has changed in terms of business operations?
Oh, I mean, as we all know, the SME segment is accelerating at a pace that we all have to try and keep up with. And technology is also moving at a very fast pace. So a lot has changed, a lot of growth, in the segment, and we are still monitoring the changes.
I see, but really, are businesses really appreciating the role marketing is playing in terms of everyday business activity?
To an extent, yes. Some segments of the SME space are adopting technology quickly to use in their marketing activities. And you look at the way they've adopted social media to drive a lot of the marketing. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram is carrying a lot of the traffic, not to the expense of the traditional media channels as well. That more largely applies to the larger SMEs who want to do above the line, yes. But a lot of changes have happened in the space.
Interesting. But how different is sales from marketing? Are they used interchangeably? Because somebody will say, I'm marketing, I'm selling. Are they using the terms interchangeably, or there's actually a thin line between sales and marketing? If you can really explain that for me.
Well, they are related but completely different in the sense that marketing, for example, is what would lead to sales, and it's a mistake to kind of interchange them. Typically, the SMEs in Ghana are purely doing sales, and marketing opens up so much more opportunity. If you take a walk down your lane, a lot of people are selling micro retail, but none of them is doing marketing, and to an extent they are missing out on the market. There's so much more opportunity, so much more customers they can reach if they just do a little more marketing to influence the sales. So marketing will drive sales, but it's not the same thing.
Having said that, what is marketing then? Take us to the classroom.
Well, there are many definitions of marketing. Typically, what people would say is marketing, it starts all the way from collateral like your logo, your brand, your, things like your colors that you use in your business. There's color psychology behind that, the fonts that you use, all the way to the advertising, the kind of channels you use, and all that. So it's a whole spectrum of activities and content that feeds into what we call marketing. But basically, it is the ability to put your brand out there or your product out there in layman's terms. I think that's the simplest way of putting it. Reaching your customers with the services or the products that you offer.
So which comes first? Is it marketing before branding or branding before marketing?
Typically, branding is part of your marketing activities, but as a business, when you start, the psychology behind your business is part of your brand. So that's where you start from. What you are selling, how you want to sell it, what kind of colors you want to use, what kind of markets you want to reach, all those things that form part of your brand. The name you even pick is part of your brand. So typically branding would be the beginning, but it's all part of the marketing activity.
So we've been talking about sales, we've been talking about branding, we've also spoken about marketing. But there's something called the marketing cycle or the marketing mix, for example. And so if I ask you what that entails, it means that you are looking into the box of marketing. And so if we set up a business, we know that we are going to sell. We know that we have a brand that we identify with. And so in that marketing cycle or that marketing mix, what do I find in them? Do I see the product? Do I see the pricing? Do I see a plan? What exactly do I see?
Yes, so you see all the things you just mentioned, but it goes beyond that. It's not, the product it's a combination of what you are providing as well as even the brand on the product. It's not just a pure product. And if you look at the channels that are going to be used, that's all part of the marketing mix. If you look at the collaterals that are going to be used, your media, content, your videos, your pictures, your logo, all that is part of one section of the marketing mix. Even the targeting that you're doing, the segmentation of your customer base. Do you understand what type of customers you're trying to serve? And what type of channel speaks to those type of customers well? It's a very, very mixed bag in there. It's not just one size fits all. So within the marketing mix, you have different options per the type of SME you are dealing with or per the type of product you are dealing with.
I see you are still listening to the Honor Series of the 2025 City Business Festival. We are talking about marketing for SMEs. My guest is Benedict Bentil, Senior Manager at MTN Business. You know, you spoke about customer segmentation. You know, customer segmentation is also a whole different topic on its own. And so we have people segmenting customers based on, you know, age, based on sex, based on even the ability to pay for a particular product at a particular price.
Yeah.
What we refer to as price discrimination at times. Yep. And so my next question to you is, you hear people say that have a target market, have a target audience. The fact that you are producing a particular product or rendering a particular service doesn't mean that it cuts across for every, you know, customer.
Yeah.
How do we develop a strategic marketing plan? And that is what I want you to go deep into this time around.
Okay, so typically people would want to find customers for their product, but the right way to do it is to find a product for your customers. And that means that you find out pain points of maybe a particular group of people and try to solve that problem. What you typically realize is that someone finds what they are good at or a product that they have, and then they start hunting for the customers for that product. But an easier way would have been if you found a particular problem to solve, what we call a pain point, and then you develop a solution or a product for that. And that means there's a ready market for it. Now, when it comes to the segmentation, like you said, it's not a one-size-fits-all. You don't just spray and pray. What you have to do is to understand what your product does for the people, what type of people, you know, patronize your product. And typically, even the normal SME in Ghana does not have a CRM to understand who are these customers who are buying from me, what's their age range, what's their economic bracket, you know, what are their social media activities. And that helps you to build a marketing strategy. If you understand that for example, your customer base is teens from 16 all the way to maybe 25 who are social media heavy, you wouldn't be investing your money in traditional media like the Daily Graphic and you know, the radio and stuff like that. You would invest in social media. So segmentation is very important. Once you understand the base that you are dealing with, even within that base, you can segment it further and say, my older base, this is how I'll reach them, this is how I'll treat their loyalty, and then my younger base to do more promos and stuff like that. So understanding your customer base is very important. Segmentation
I
is key.
see. Let's talk about the cost element in this time around. You know, a lot of people say the business is not actually making money. Why should I set aside some funds to brand, to do and go all out and do, you know, marketing? I mean, talk to us about this bit of it. Why should any business that is struggling, quote unquote, set aside funds?
Okay, so it's a chicken and egg situation where people feel sales need to come before you start getting money to advertise. But it is the marketing that will drive the sales and you get more money. And typically those who talk to startups would recommend, you know, getting some funding to start your business. But if you put that aside, there are other innovative ways that you can, you know, do your marketing at a very low cost. You look at your own phone, the contacts in there, do you have their age, their name, their birthdays, you know, the type of products that they like, and then you can do a WhatsApp group, start advertising there, of course, with their consent. And then you can do things like, you know, simple A2P messaging, which is your bulk SMS. Again, with consent, if you have a base, you can send an SMS blast to your base with information in there. And these are very, very cheap offers. There are solutions like the MTN Business Messenger that you can use to customize a message to, let's say, hello, Nathan, I have these offers available for you. And you'll be able to drive some. You don't necessarily need to spend thousands on above the line marketing. You can start small, social media. There's even this new trend where people go into a comment of a trending video and do an advert in the comment. And all those who come in the comments will see your advert. There are other innovative ways to go about this. Use your Instagram, Facebook, social media. Typically, you buy data, you browse anyway, so why don't you use it to the benefit of your business? Just do some marketing through that. And then when the money comes, you upgrade to, you know, higher above the line marketing.
Interesting points right there. But is there also a metric to assess whether or not your marketing tool is working? In fact, you go all out to ensure that you market your product, you market your services. By the end of the day, it is not translated into revenue or even sales in the first place.
Yes. So typically, if you're more advanced or a more mature SME, you have multiple channels that you are marketing through or advertising through, you can calculate what we call the cost per acquisition on each channel. So if you look at your social media, what does it cost to bring one customer onto your service? If you look at your traditional, what does it cost to bring one customer onto your service? After a period of a few months, you'll be able to determine which of your channels is more efficient, but also determine which of your channels is cheaper. So you may be spending just 100 cedis to get 1,000 people on social media, whereas you spend maybe 10,000 on traditional media and you don't get enough converts. So cost per acquisition is one, conversion rates is another. You measure the rate at which people convert on the various channels. Things like that are what can feed into your calculations to determine what metric is the best or what channel is the best to use for your advertising.
Benedict Bentel is Senior Manager at MTN Business. He's joining us here on the honor series of the Citi Business Festival 2025, talking about marketing for your SME. When we come back from this break, we'll be talking about the consistency with which SMEs must go when it comes to marketing, and also look at how MTN is helping businesses shape their marketing strategies. Don't go away. You're welcome back. This is still the honor series of the 2025 Citi Business Festival here on 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. We are talking to Benedict Bentel, Senior Manager at MTN Business, laying the foundation for us when it comes to marketing. We've spoken about the tools, we've spoken about customer segmentation, and also that strategy to help your business turn around when it comes to marketing. Our next leg of the conversation actually is going into customer preferential treatment when it comes to marketing, because you know some businesses will go all out to ensure that you become a special customer. And what goes into it, how do you benefit from it, and what disadvantage it creates for other businesses as well. I'm asking this particular question because you know consumer behavior is changing. The next time a business treats you wrongly, you prefer not to go to that business again. If you are treated right, you go in for that particular business the next time and that particular service. And this creates some form of, dissatisfaction. At what point do you see that marketing is a bad tool? Because, some businesses, no matter who you are, they will treat you perfectly. At other point in time, you go in there. And I don't think marketing is all about the brand. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Even how you are being spoken to.
Yes.
Customer service.
Yes.
It's a key element of, marketing.
Yes. So
talk to me about that particular part.
So customer experience is almost like free marketing for you. People tend to talk about a good experience they've had, but they even talk more about a bad experience that they've had. So every bad experience from a customer, you risk your brand, because that customer can get on social media and tell other people not to patronize your brand. And you may have underestimated the effect of this, let's say 10 years ago. But today we see that effect where people can boycott a brand just because an influencer has said this is a bad brand. We've seen it happen for food brands and, hair, all sorts of services. So customer experience is free marketing. Just give the customer a pleasurable experience. That customer is a referral to their family, to their church, to their friends. And basically, when they even just repost you that they had this awesome experience there, guess what? Their friends also want to go there and have that same awesome experience, whether it's a service or a product. If the product is packaged well and the person takes a picture of it, posts it on their status, this gives you good traction. So customer experience is almost a default now when it comes to a good free marketing channel for you. Just do it right and the customers will promote you.
How should businesses be taking feedback from customers and consumers?
Okay, so that's one thing that SMEs in Ghana typically are missing out on. When you deliver a product to a customer, and sometimes that's it. You order something, they deliver it to you. They don't ask, just click this link and give me feedback, or even give me 1 star. Was the delivery good? Was the product packaged well? This, when you do this over a period, you're able to build statistics. You're able to even determine this particular delivery driver is not giving my customers a good experience. Let me swap that customer. So every interaction you have with your customer, you have to measure that experience if you can. Use a digital channel if you can't, directly engage the customer. Maybe even in the receipt, you can add a link. Click here to, give us a sense of the experience you had. And that information can help you change your product, improve it, or even promote a particular part of it that customers like.
But do you also feel as if some businesses market wrongly? And I'm asking you because I want us to do a very quick exercise. So for example, I'll give you a social media platform. Which marketing techniques or even products or services go to each of these, social media platforms? I'm not sure Facebook will be a marketing tool for any kind of business, any kind of product.
At the moment, it's any kind of business, any kind of product, but certain products do better on Facebook.
So explain that bit to me. So for example.
So an example would be you wouldn't typically people wouldn't go to Facebook to get legal services.
Okay.
However, if it's a quick turnaround, if it's a logistics thing, you buy and they deliver to you, people will do that. If it's a service that people can do referrals on, so maybe this salon or maybe a restaurant, stuff like that, typically Facebook is very good. Or even just shoes, clothes. We realize a lot of e-commerce is happening on Facebook. So when it's e-commerce and it's services, promoting services, Facebook is good. But when it comes to a lot more of the critical services, like maybe legal issues, stuff like that, ideally Facebook would not be the best, but still you can still get business on Facebook. Facebook is kind of like very dynamic. Yeah.
What about X?
X is where you probably have a referral link that can take you to a landing page. I would recommend doing stuff like if you have your own Instagram page or your own social media page, your X post can link, someone can engage that and take you there. Also, if a service that requires a lot of engagements, feedbacks, comments from customers, X is the best place. But X it's a double-edged sword. It's the same place where people can crucify your brand on. So
it can make you and make you.
Exactly. You need to be a little more cautious. And you have to have tough skin to be able to do that there. Just make sure you provide the best experience possible.
Maybe the new kid on the block, TikTok, is it a place where people can also go in and market as well?
So yes.
But I know Instagram is doing quite well when it comes to marketing.
Yes, so video content, again, Facebook was the originator when it comes to video content. Instagram and TikTok have rapidly taken over. So where you can show a video of an influencer visiting your restaurant, your hotel, you see it happening now, almost your entire feed is littered with influencers saying they visited here, and you feel like, okay, you see the video of the place, you see the video of the experience or something like that. Anything that there can be an experiential session with a video. IG and TikTok are killing it right now.
I see. So what are some of the biggest mistakes that businesses are making when it comes to marketing in the wake of social media and marketing tools?
I think the biggest mistake is not targeting. I think that's the biggest mistake. And this is for the more matured SMEs who are not really defining their customer segment.
Maybe they are struggling to do that. Maybe you can help them with some solutions right here.
Oh yes, so there are quite a few tools that you can use to determine. So if you look at the kind of traffic that's even coming to your social media feed, or even the followers you have, if you are using a business page on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, you're able to segment and see the kind of followers you have. Then you know those who are interested in your product. How many people are liking? Then you know they fall within female between the age of this and that. And then next time you do an advert, you target that base instead of just spraying across. I think that's the thing that most SMEs are making a mistake with, just advertising without targeting. But for the lower SMEs, the mistake they're not making is not advertising at all.
I see. Yeah. Interesting point you make. But in your estimation, is there a time frame where marketing starts and ends? I'm asking because of the issue of consistency. Because you get to see a lot of businesses market today, tomorrow they are no longer marketing their product. They think, quote unquote, they've arrived. And so, I'm not going to sell my product again because they say that the best goods sells itself.
Okay, so it never stops. Your marketing strategy should never rest, because the world is changing, the market is changing. It's very dynamic. What was popular yesterday is no longer popular today. I think the trending thing now is Labubu dolls, and it used to be Stanley's. So you have to constantly change how you do things. Don't let your product peak and rest. If it gets to a point where you feel your product is peaking, you need to reassess the base. Is there something else they are switching to? Is there something that they want that you can use to enhance your product? And you only achieve that by constantly engaging your base, and that's where the feedback comes in. If you just throw the ads out there and you're not measuring the sentiment back, you do A/B testing where you test a particular color, test another color, which one are people responding to more, then you change your strategy. So it never rests. Your WhatsApp status shouldn't rest. Your social media channels shouldn't rest. Even your friends shouldn't rest. You should constantly be gauging sentiment and advertising. You should not take a lead
thinking about this whole subject matter, it just occurred to me that usually when you talk about marketing, it's all about product. Little is said about services, which is also one aspect of market. So service marketing, for example. And so I just want to know if there is a difference when it comes to marketing for products. There's a difference when it comes to marketing for services, or both can be used anyhow, any day, anywhere.
No, I mean, all the channels can do both products and services. However, when you look at things like influencer marketing, services are kind of more validated by an influencer, so an experience they had. Whereas when it's a product, they can always say, oh, this is nice, but the customer has to buy it to experience it. I don't know if you understand. So a service, usually a customer would come to you to experience that service or reach out to you or access a service. A product can be bought and delivered, and you know where people have bought a sofa and it came and it was actually something like this. So the product...
Just today, I saw a post on social media. Somebody said he ordered a headset. It was only the head that came. The set didn't come. So I think I get where you are going.
Yes. So the product has to reach you before you experience it. However, when it comes to services, the influencer can make you feel what they felt or tell you what they felt.
So it's more of experiential.
Yes, exactly. But definitely both are still trending on all the digital channels. People advertise both.
And at what point in time does influencer marketing come in for an SME? Is it at the early stages, medium to long term goal? Because nowadays it appears as if influencer marketing is also one of the things that a lot of SMEs are doing, or businesses, if you like.
Okay, so the mistake we make is we assume influencer marketing is a scary concept. Even from the beginning of your business, the most popular person in your family is the influencer.
I see.
The most popular person in your area is the influencer. If you give that person who is the most popular person in your class a particular product and they tell the class people that or something, immediately you are getting traction. So influencer marketing starts at the beginning, from your church, your family, your friends. That's where it starts. Now, when you get to a more mature level, you have to be careful about picking the influencer, because the influencer has to speak to the type of base that you are serving. You don't go and take someone who is not related to tech to do something related to tech.
Just because the person is popular.
Yes. However, we have super influencers. These super influencers, regardless, they have almost a cultish following, where regardless of whatever they talk about, their followers will go and try it. So if that influencer, I won't mention a name before I get in trouble. If that influencer says, I want you all to try this new drink, the followers will try it, although he's not a drinks expert. Or I want you all to try this new phone. Although he's not a phone expert, his people. So there are super influencers that cut across the segment.
Really great point you make there, Benedict. But now I want us to come home. And when I say home, I mean MTN Business.
Yes.
What package do you have for businesses this time around?
Okay, so for MTN Business, I think now as a technology company, we've covered almost every facet of business possible. Now, from the beginning of your business, if you bought, let's say, the yellow base package, that package comes with internet connection, but it also comes with a website. So within 48 hours, you have an AI-generated website. You also have what we call the Unified Com Service. That gives you an IVR. So immediately someone calls your line, they hear, welcome to Nathan Company Limited. Press 1 for sales, press 2 for technical, whatever it is. And then you also have what we call, how do I even put this? What's the term to use? Okay, so let's say that's the yellow base, starting the business. Unified comms, IVR solution, website. So immediately you're advertising. You have all these solutions. And then you also have your Microsoft account as part of it. The Microsoft gives you your Outlook account. You're able to send official emails, PowerPoint, everything, all in one package. Then if you go to what we call our mobile advertising service, this is where you can do targeted advertising. So you pick the segment that you want to target, let's say women between the ages of this and that, and then you're able to send targeted advertising, of course, with consent based. So you don't just now abuse people's phones with adverts, but it goes to the right segment who speak to your particular service. We have other services like the Messenger and the Engage service where you're able to do A2P messaging. So you can set messages for your base. That's why I said, know your customer, know their birthdays, their first names. So on their birthday, a message goes out to them. Hello, Nathan, we have these new products in stock. Happy birthday. You can pass by and pick up. And this is all done from the comfort of your phone or your laptop. And automatically, the message goes on the customer's birthday. They see your ad, they see, a name that they relate to, and they're able to purchase more of your services. So these are a few of the marketing-related, solutions that we have. But basically, from when you have the concept to start the business, your logo, your website, all that stuff is part of the yellow-based solution. Then when you advance, you can get the mobile advertising service and the messenger service or the Engage service.
And this cost will be very affordable for any business to afford.
It is so affordable, it is unbelievable. Just reach out to MTN Business, and any solution, like smallest SME to the largest, we have solutions for all of them.
Thank you so much, Benedict Bentil. He is Senior Manager at MTN Business, speaking to us here on the Honor Series of the Citi Business Festival 2025, talking about marketing for small and medium-sized enterprises. This edition was powered by 97.3 Citi FM as well as Channel 1 Television, sponsored by Absa Bank Ghana Limited, MTN Ghana Limited, and Zondatech. My name is Ni Lati. Thank you so much for tuning in. Catch you some other time. Bye for now.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
On the go, night or day, PBL app is the easiest way. Bank secure, bank with ease. Right at your fingertips, bank is a breeze. PBL app making banking so clear. Anytime, anywhere, we're here. Safe, secure, banking for you. PBL app, simple and true.
Welcome to the future of banking. The Prudential Bank mobile app. Bank secure anytime, right from your phone. Access your accounts 24/7. Perform instant transactions. Pay bills. Link mobile money wallets. Scan and pay with GHQR. Manage your cards. Make seamless GIP interbank transfers. All with ease. No more banking hours. Take control and app your banking. Experience simple, secure and convenient banking. Download the PBL mobile app now. PBL mobile app. App your banking.
Imagine waking up to serenity every day, surrounded by nature's beauty and luxury at your fingertips in a gated estate you can be proud to call your home. Welcome to Western Villas, located at Ai Mensa, where our stunning homes redefine elegance. At Western Villas, each home is a masterpiece, designed with precision and love. From swimming pool, gym, playground, beautiful landscaped gardens and private balconies, making every day feel like a retreat. We also have executive plots for sale at McCarthy Hill, strategically located and offer unparalleled views, easy access to amenities, and endless possibilities for executive living. With just 5% deposit, you can reserve your space. Contact us today to learn more about our luxury homes at Ai Mensa or executive plots at McCarthy Hill. Call us now on 0536 502295 or visit www.westernvillas.com for more information.
Rise and shine, it's another day to stay on point.
toast spread is still on point. Watch it spread it all day long. Still on point, yes, it's still on point.
It's still on point.
Watch it spread,
It's still on point.
for your bread,
It's still on point.
for your toast.
It's still on point.
It's yummy
It's
delicious.
still on point.
Still on point, yes, it's still on point.
It's still on point.
Still on point, yes, it's still on point.
It's still on point.
For your toast, it's still on point.
It's still on point.
Fortune spread, it's yummy delicious.
It's still on point.
Fortune spread, delicious, creamy, and always on point. This advert is FDA approved.
Human resource is crucial for Ghana's development. The Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management Ghana presents CIHRM 2025 conference under the theme Regulating HRM in Ghana, Standards, Ethics and Sustainability. Date 18th to 19th June 2025. Venue Alisa Hotel, Northridge, Accra. Conference fees: members 3,200 Ghana cedis, non-members 4,000 Ghana cedis, student members 2,000 Ghana cedis. For sponsorship, partnerships, special discounts, call 024-327-8694 or 020-811-2644 today. Sponsors: GCB, VRA, Gridco, NPA, Ghana Airports, We Power Authority. Media partners: Channel 1 TV and Citi FM. CIHRM 2025 conference, transforming work and workplaces. Be there.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Ten minutes to the top of the hour, and you know when you have to buy anything, it has to be the very best. Diamond Cement is what we all buy when we are looking for cement. 42.5 hour grade, 32.5 hour grade, great value for your market. They are around the nation and they have factories in Aflao, Takoradi and Buepe. 0244-313-368 is the number to call. Diamond Cement is still as hard as a diamond. And if you are looking for business solutions for your business, productivity tools that will give you powerful online presence and superior customer experience, you want to optimize your operations as an SME, then MTN has got all that you need. Call 100 or 0244-308-111. Email mtnbusiness.gh@mtn.com. Terms and conditions apply. And the Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management Ghana is presenting its 2025 conference. Is happening from the 18th to the 19th at Alisa Hotel. For members, you're paying 3,200. Non-members are paying 4,000 and students are paying 2,000. Visit their socials for more details, and for more, 0243-278-694 is the number you can call. CIHRM is transforming work and workplaces.
All right. So as you said, time check is some 8 minutes to 10. I just want to have a quick chat with my friend Baidako. He's the head of SME banking at Exim Bank. I'm sure you know Exim Bank are one of our main sponsors for the Agri Fair. Right, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's good to have you. So what is Exim Bank? What's your mandate?
First of all, I bring you greetings from our CEO,
correct,
Mr. Sylvester Mensah.
All right.
And greetings to all your listeners too.
Wonderful.
Ghana Exim Bank is a development bank established by and owned by the government.
Okay.
Established by Act 911 in 2016.
Okay.
To be the foremost financial institution set up to finance Ghanaian exports.
Okay.
With the mandate of making Ghanaian products competitive in the global marketplace.
All right.
So this we do by providing concessionary loans and patient funds to exporters, so that when Ghanaian goods gets into the international market, it will be able to compete in quality.
Okay.
It can compete in price and it can compete in packaging.
Is it?
And I'm glad to inform you that so far we've disbursed loans up to 1.5 billion Ghana cedi to Ghanaian exporters.
Amazing.
And Ghanaian businesses who are in the import substitution manufacturing sector.
Import substitution, because I was going to ask what kind of exports. You know, Ghana traditionally we export cocoa, gold, and the large things, but you're talking about the non-traditional exports.
Non-traditional exports.
I see. So when you say import substitution, does that include agri produce?
Yes, agri produce. So import substitution is Ghanaian producing something that we import into the country. Just thereby it saves the country the necessary foreign exchange that we would have used to import that. So either we are financing you to export or we are financing you to save us foreign exchange.
But you are
Greek directly falls.
So you definitely, when you support a business, you are looking for them to export, to bring in FX or to save us
FX.
Wonderful. So how different are you? You say you're a development bank. Does that mean that you don't deal directly with businesses, or you, because there are some development banks that lend for on lending? How do you guys work?
We lend directly to businesses.
Oh, wonderful.
Directly to businesses. Just that we don't take deposits.
Okay.
But we lend directly to businesses.
Wow.
And for agric, it's very key. As Bernard, I'm sure you are aware that half of all Ghana's foods are imported. Half.
All our food?
All our food is imported.
Serious?
Yes. In 2024 alone, Ghana imported $33 billion worth of food.
Wow.
To this country.
That's serious.
Well, we have a lot of affable land. And for Ghana Exim Bank, our focus in agric is two. One is food security. Just so that we reduce the importation. And then two, to produce enough to feed our agro industries.
Correct.
So that they can export more.
Oh, so it works together. So import substitution to produce food to eat and then to add value.
Industry, add value to it and export.
Amazing. So then the question about why you decided to support AgriFair is almost a moot question. But tell me nonetheless, what is it about What did you hear about AgriFair that made you?
When it comes to agric, Exim always comes to mind because most commercial banks shy away from direct agric production.
Yes.
That is where we go directly. In fact, we chase them. And then, so AgriFair is just promoting what we finance.
Correct.
You are promoting what we finance. So it falls in tandem. And the product that will be exhibited are the produce that we want to produce here to ensure we had food security.
Okay. Which means you have farmers you deal with and businesses you've supported who you would like to even showcase, correct?
Oh yes. Yes.
Any examples of companies you've supported and how well they've done?
Beautiful. So we have a very beautiful story in Ekumfi.
Ekumfi?
Yes. Ekumfi was a bare land when the president, former president, went to cut the sword.
Okay.
Today, Ekumfi has one of the largest pineapple farms in Ghana.
Oh, Ekumfi juice.
Ekumfi juice.
Oh my lord.
Ekumfi juice. Yes.
Oh, okay.
From farm.
So Exim is behind the Ekumfi juice story.
100%.
Amazing.
100%. From the farm, he has outgrowers. And
wow.
One of the best outgrower scheme in Ghana.
Wow.
Okay. And their fruit juice, Bernard, is in Walmart now.
You're not kidding me.
Yes, and in over 900 shops in the US.
From bare land
to
900 shops in the US.
Sometimes people complain that we don't see it.
I see it in they park their trucks, their cars.
It's out there.
Yeah.
They prefer to export more.
So they get hard currency.
Amazing. So this is the whole value chain, right? From outgrower farmers
to the main nucleus farm, to processing, to export.
Wow. So that's the typical kind of thing you do.
Typical kind of thing that we do.
So what you've done for pineapple, are you looking to do for other kinds of
We've done
products?
It for mango. Okay. We have a mango project where we supported 162 farmers to produce a total of 4,600 acres of mango. It's the largest mango project in Ghana.
Are you serious?
And
where is it based?
Some are based in the north, 5 northern regions. Some are based in the BA area, and some are based in the south.
Wow!
All they are spread across, and that project is intended to feed mango processing factories for export.
Right. Wow. What are you looking to see at the fair? It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 20th to 22nd. You will be there yourself. What are you hoping to see, and what should we expect from you when you come there?
Okay, we are going to have a booth, and at that booth, we welcome people who want to make inquiries about our product and our services.
Wonderful.
Number 2, we'll also be looking for potential agric businesses that we can support to grow.
So if you're a farmer coming to exhibit, be looking out for Exim.
Yes.
Because they may want to give you the impetus to move to the next level.
Yes, we'll also look out for you. If you see potential, we'll come to you.
Straight.
We have a whole advisory department that will be there to advise you on how to even get ready to access Exim.
Are you only in Accra or you have offices across?
5 branches. We have 5 branches across the country.
Amazing.
Accra, Tamale, Kumasi, Takrade, and Ho.
So once the farmers come and the patrons come, they should look out for the Exim.
They should look out for the Exim booth. They should look out for the Exim booth. We'll be there to attend to it. And our office is not far away. So
it's called Trade House.
Trade House. It's just a walking distance.
It's because you are interested in export. You are in Trade House.
Yes, yes.
Fantastic. We've been talking to Bright Darko, head of SME Banking, Exim Bank. Don't forget the Agri Fair is happening Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 20th to 22nd of June.
Yes, sir.
At the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park. We're really getting excited about it.
Yes.
Hundreds of farm groups and farmers are coming to exhibit fresh farm produce.
Solid.
We have a number of sponsors, including the Exim Bank, the Development Bank Ghana, as well as the Legacy Crop and Improvement Center. We also have the Agri Impact Project, as well as the Horticulture Group, all supporting the Agri Fair this week.
Amazing.
Bright, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Great. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you, Bright. And Gal Melody Fafa Kwatufe joins us in the studio with the news at 10. Before we go, you spoke and we heard you. DSTV has cooked something absolutely amazing just for you. An upgrade to the next higher package. And that's on us. That's right. All you need to do is to pay your subscription today and get an instant upgrade onto the next higher package for free. So enjoy the FIFA World Cup, FIFA Club World Cup, Best of Drama, awesome entertainment for the kids, reality shows, and so much more. Pay today using star 759 hash or any other payment option. This promo is available from now until 31st of July. T&C supply. DSTV, your home of entertainment. Good morning, Melody.
Good morning, Caleb. Hello and welcome to City News at 10. I am Melody.